What is up? Hopefully we're streaming. You ready for the technical difficulties? Because I am ready for the technical difficulties. So the game we're playing is The Devil in Me. And if you see the lovely black screen, of course, that's Anthony. I don't know why his screen is black, but that's a new one. So, yeah. But I think there's a dude that's gonna talk to us. I put a flashlight, and there's 2 cat balls in there, and the guy's been turning them on and off. But, it's been an interesting experience, but I'm pretty sure we're gonna have some technical difficulties, so that's why you're here to see the technical difficulties arise, right? Apparently this game, I know nothing about it, other than, like, the very small clips I find on TikTok, but it's kind of telltale-y in the sense of, like, you choose your adventure, it seems like. I could be wrong, so correct me if I'm wrong. But you can play it with other people! And when I say other people, one other person. So Janelle is in here. I don't know.
What's up?
He's here. He's not Joe either. He's not Joe or Raymond. He's another dude. I don't know who he is. Are you associated to the places that we went to last week? You can turn that off for yes. Yeah. Oh, I thought so. Okay, here's this dude here. He's younger, he has brown hair, and he's like in his 30s. And I got all of the stuff because I figured the souls from there would talk to us, because we did 3 ghost hunts back to back to back, and we also want to like talk about them and stuff. So before I get too far into that, can you guys hear us in the game? Does it all sound pretty good? Let me know in chat. Hi, Roger. I
can hear
am doing.
both.
I'm doing great. I'm doing what you told me to do with the pop-out screen. Just my friends are fun because I don't know where Anthony is, and his screen is black. Okay, let me know if the game gets too loud because I can barely hear it.
It's all I can hear, so I
don't know if we can find settings or something to turn that down for you.
Also, my Discord has disappeared, so now I can't even see you, so it's fine.
You normally can't see me, so it's a choice.
But it's just I can't.
It is
I'm working. Have to wait for the lag. Hopefully.
Hopefully what?
I don't know.
Oh. So, the places that we went to last week, we went to the Franklin Castle. We went to Fairfield Infirmary. And then Madison Seminary, because they're all very close together. So, we got a place to stay, and we just hit all 3 locations. And they were crazy, because I was expecting, like, the more popular places to be, like, Bel Air House, where it was, like, there's nothing there. So I was surprised. What do you think?
What do I think?
Yeah.
About what?
About
all
the places
of it?
that we went to. Were you spooked?
Yeah, the castle was alright. I wasn't too bad there, but the last 2 were kind of spooky.
We were talking at the castle, we were talking to something that was like the essence of the castle, but it was like poltergeisty in the sense of like it allows things to move around, which was cool. But I saw it as like a shadow person. It was weird.
Yeah.
I don't know. I played I Spy with children. So I'm gonna start this game and then we can get into talking about our ghost hunts.
Heck yeah.
Your friend is playing the trial version.
What's that mean?
It means that I can give you the friends pass.
Should I hit start?
This pass will consume once you use it and it's not reusable. I think so. We don't know what we're doing. We only think that we know what we're doing. It's an illusion. Okay, don't look at this. These are my friends.
Should we go back to your other invite?
I invited you.
I see that.
I need you to accept it. Accept it.
Yeah, my computer's not wanting to do that.
Of course not. Maybe I have to be on a different screen. I've never
I
done
clicked
a
on it
friends
and it
pass before.
just brought me right into here. So.
Okay, hold on. Let me figure out what I'm doing here for a second.
And I think people said they couldn't quite hear the game.
Cool, me either. I don't know how to make the sound go up.
There we go.
Wait, are you in it?
No.
Oh. What are you saying there you go for?
I don't know.
Okay.
My only option is to hit start
Let's
game.
try me playing this one. Play.
I hit start game. It just wants me to go through.
You have the trial version or something, but you have to play with me. So hold on. I'm waiting for it. I like restarted it.
Should I exit out of the game totally?
I don't know. Maybe. Because I'm going to invite you to it. So, we'll see how it goes.
It won't even let me escape out of the game, so I don't know.
Sorry if that was really loud. Did anyone else hear that?
Did you restart your game?
Yeah.
That is literally what has been in my ears the whole time.
It's just so loud.
So
and then once it's over, it's like quiet.
Yeah.
Did anyone else hear the very loud game? Okay, let's try this again. Okay. Oh.
Didn't hear the game.
Yeah, no, I see the problem.
Mm-mm.
Okay, I sent you an invite. Yeah. There's a possibility that I broke everything just now.
It literally won't even let me click on it or escape out of the game. So
then to close it?
Yeah, I can't even close out of the game. Like I tried to click on the little invite that popped up and it wouldn't work.
Then do that weird thing where you like open your task manager. Do you know how to do that?
No.
You
Wait.
hit Control Alt Delete.
Yeah.
Okay, can you hear the game now?
Okay. Yeah. Oh my god. Everything's quiet.
Sorry we have technical difficulties every time we touch stream.
Every time.
I'm sure it just bothers everyone, so while we talk about it, I'll tell you about our ghost investigation. So, we went to 3 places, and they were really crazy. Did you accept my invite? Clearly not.
It did not pop back up again.
There you go, I sent it again.
There, now I heard it.
So we went to a castle, and then we went to a hospital, and then a seminary. I'm not entirely sure what a seminary is, but I've heard it explained a lot of different ways. The seminary was a whole bunch of different things throughout history. So it was like an asylum. It was, I think a seminary is like a place for priests to learn things, like a school for priests. Not sure about that. Don't quote me on that. But it was a school.
Anthony knows more.
Yeah, if only he were here.
Every time.
Right? So, it was really cool. Did you get my invite?
Yeah, so it has to download the demo thing.
Interesting.
And this one's taking another 12 seconds.
Okay.
I don't know how long the next one's gonna take.
Is Russell going to be here today? No, he chickened out. Today's going to be a good day. We have, like, a whole bunch of souls that are touching this. Yeah. Because I feel like it goes on and off. Are we laggy? How is your tiny human going? Who's your tiny human?
Tiny human. If you're talking about River, that is not a human, but I don't know. River's good.
Yeah, River's good.
Tiny human.
Her child is here. But there's a whole bunch of souls, I feel like, that are touching this, that are associated to each location.
Mm-hmm.
Is that true? Because I see a girl, too, like a woman. And that's why they made the light go on and off. Yes, you're laggy. I don't know what's going on. Why is it always like this?
Well, it's gonna take 8 minutes to download this, so.
Okay, well, we can talk for 8 minutes.
Yeah. I don't have a baby. Sorry.
Let's see. Discord hates its life. And the devil in me hates its life.
As usual.
And what's this? OBS Studio hates its life.
We don't know what we're doing.
Yeah, we don't know what we're doing. So, welcome to the stream. Let me tell you about the ghost things that I do know about. So, Franklin Castle. It's a castle. Shocker. It's in a really weird kind of spot because it's like in a neighborhood. You would expect a castle to have like grounds and stuff like that, but it's like fenced in. It looks just like a Gothic style house. And when we went there, Liv was like, I don't know if this is a castle or if it's just like just a mansion. So we looked up the word castle, and a castle, the difference between a castle and a mansion is that a castle was fortified for defense. So, I don't know if this is actually fortified for defense. Do you think so? He didn't really tell us any of the history, and I don't know if you guys found any history on it. Did you?
A little.
A little?
He mentioned most of it, or kind of hinted at it. But yeah, he's like, you should know. And we're like, okay, but like, a lot of it's kind of been rumors, and it said online is rumored, but I'm like, okay, so is it true or not?
Oh, they think you're Anthony. Because, we did a video with Jenny. And Jenny, that was when Jenny had a baby? Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, we did a video a really long time ago. The person with the black screen, Anthony, he's the one with the baby. Janelle doesn't have a baby.
I'm so confused. I don't have a baby.
So do you think the Franklin Castle is a castle? It looks like one, but I don't know if it's fortified for defense. It's kind of a weird spot for it.
Poppers is good, yes. Castle's
funny.
really pretty.
It's funny that souls came by when he's not there, Russell. Yeah.
As always.
So when we were there, we met with was he the owner? The guy that let us in. I guess he might be the owner. And he didn't really understand what we did until we like explained it to him, because we were sitting there and there were a couple souls, because he was talking about the night, like what the expectation was, like how long we were going to be there, that type of stuff. And there were literally 2 souls standing behind us, like just like seeing what we were doing. And there was this woman, and this woman is in like Victorian style clothing, which makes sense for the castle aspect of it. And then there was this little boy, and this little boy, there was like 2 little boys, one that had lighter colored hair and one that had darker colored hair that was older. And the little boy like came in and sat down with us. So we usually, when we go to these places, we have like tours of the place. And we didn't get a tour because he was like, the owner was more in the idea of this is like paranormal research and we're supposed to uncover the research or like figure it out and see if it's like true and stuff like that. So he kind of just gave us a tour and was like, don't fall down these stairs. Got that? There's stairs here, don't fall down them. Also, you're not allowed in these specific rooms, just these ones. Cool, got it. That was the tour. So we normally, like I said, we get tours and they tell us about history. So one of us meaning Liv or me, go on the tour. And this was the first time Liv went on the tour, which was unfortunate for her, considering the fact that she didn't get any of the history. So, yeah, wow. We had to explain, because someone's asking, did you tell them that you're both mediums? Yeah, we told them, but they didn't understand what it was at first, because they're foreign, so the word medium obviously has a lot of different meanings, so he was like, what do you mean by that? So once we explained that there was literally souls standing around us, he was like, oh, you talk to ghosts. Got it.
Yeah.
But while Liv was on the tour, there was a little boy, and they decorated the house to be like scary for Halloween, and they had a few fake spiders up. So it's dark. There's a fake spider that's like 2 or 3 inches large, and it was on like a painting. So I look at it and I'm like, holy shit, that's a huge ass spider. And the little boy comes up to me and starts laughing at me because he's like, it's fake, lady. And then he ran away.
You can't forget about the group hug, though.
Yeah, we had a group hug.
That was interesting.
Beforehand, which was cute. That man, I feel like he's had a lot of people come into the house that was like scared because it was like haunted or whatever. So he was like very concerned about us like being alone, because he was like, you guys, like, I don't want you guys to get hurt, that type of thing. Because when I was like, I'll stay behind, they were like, there's a lot of energy in this house, I just like don't want you to get overwhelmed or like scared. And I was like, no, I'll be fine. But he talks about like one of the guests that came into the house was like supposedly they had to leave the house because they were getting lightheaded and stuff like that. So Hi, Anthony.
Hola.
People have been asking about your child because they thought that Janelle was the one with the child.
He's eating dinner right now, and the other one is sleeping, so it's great.
Yeah. What was I gonna say? Oh, we're trying to figure out our game because obviously we're gonna have technical difficulties, whatever we do. But I've never used a friends pass before, so we're trying to figure out how to get Janelle into the game.
Got a minute left.
So she's downloading the demo or something. I don't know. She literally downloaded something for like an hour, and we still are figuring it out. Janelle has a fur baby That is correct. Her name's River. She's a lab husky looking thing. So, what was your impression of the
Little
haunted
tater
places? Anthony?
I'll never go back to Fairfield
Why Fairfield?
because I had
I was gonna ask
nightmares.
if we could go back.
Wait, say that again?
That place was no joke.
I haven't had a nightmare in over two or 3 years,
Oh,
and that was
it
the
was a
first time I had a nightmare where I woke up sweating and panting because I was that scared.
So...
It wasn't because of the place itself; it's because of what was sitting next to me in the car right on the way home.
Okay, I'll tell that story then. So,
I was gonna say which story you want.
So in relation to where we were staying a couple hours away from Fairfield because the Franklin Castle and the Madison Seminary, they're like within an hour of each other. So we were staying closer to that place. So when we were going to Fairfield, Fairfield is like over by like Columbus area, so it was more of a drive from where we were staying. So we do our investigation and we get in the car and Liv is driving, and like I'd say 10 minutes after we left, she looks at me and she's like, "It's 5 a.m. Do you see the dude that's sitting next to Anthony in the car?" And I was like, "Oh yeah." Does he look like
right
this?
Before we left,
Yeah.
right before we left, I said nothing can follow me home. You can all stay here. You all are ugly as shit.
Well, the idea is you have to believe that they can't follow you home.
Oh, I definitely knew something was following me home
Well,
because I
that's
was
why
that
it
scared.
did.
Yep.
That's what I'm saying.
Tried to.
Yeah, I tried to. Because it's sitting there next to Anthony, and Anthony asks Liv, like, is it associated to me? Like, is it scary? Like, all these things. And Liv was like, yeah, it's a scary dude. I don't think it's an actual person because its smile is too big to be a human. You know that Smile movie?
That's why I kept going to sleep because I didn't want to think about it.
But yeah, he was sitting next to Anthony, and Liv is like losing her mind because A, it's 4 a.m. and B, it's scary to have a scary ass soul in the car while you're driving away from a haunted location. So I was like, don't worry, I can handle this. My Aries can handle this right now. So I was like, okay, we're gonna start making fun of this thing.
It was terrifying. I'm not gonna lie.
It was hilarious. So we gave it a name. Its name was Mr. Pickerington. What was the thing? It was like
I'm trying to think of the full name.
Pickerington.
It was Dingleton or something like that.
Yeah, something with a G too, because it's lit. And we told him that he was the cat litter fairy, and he was like the tooth fairy, but instead of taking teeth, he took your cat's turds. And then he went away. So if you want to know how to deal with scary things, it's that. It's the same thing you would do if you had a spider in your house.
Just bully it.
Yeah.
That's
But like,
all.
make fun of it so that it makes you feel better. Because it's there because you don't feel good. So, but it was hilarious.
Yeah,
Not
like
for
a bugger.
Anthony.
Yeah.
A
Just make
bugger.
fun of it. Bully it.
Yeah, that's the reason I knew. Like, that's the only reason I asked that question because I said that before I left, and I'm like, yeah, something's gonna follow me. I already know because of how
Yeah.
timid I was there.
Maybe don't say that.
Yeah, I won't next. I mean, Madison, I said it too, but nothing.
Because I
At
feel like
least that I know of.
when you say that, you make it feel more real that it could happen.
I feel like Madison was better for me.
Was it?
Yeah.
Madison wasn't as good for me. Madison was more like human darkness, like a lot of weird human things that people do, versus like spiritual dark things. I don't know if that makes sense to anyone else who hasn't talked to a dark thing before. Dark things are like, I'm evil! I'm gonna suck the soul out of you! So they like do dumb things like you say something and they say the opposite of it. Like, I am confident, whatever. And they're like, are you really confident? What if I do this? Human darkness is like I don't know how to talk about it without talking about it. Human darkness is like the stuff people get put in jail for. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Yeah. And that's like stuff that brings scary things like that because they feed off of that energy, but that's what bothers me. I'm cool with the little dark things that are like, I'm gonna possess you, because I'm like, you're funny, that's a cool joke. A big ass dude that I have already traumatic experiences with dudes, telling me horrible things that they're going to do to me, no. No, thank you. You know?
See, and that's where it's like, when we were at Madison, it's like, when we were in the doctor's room or the surgeon's room or whatever, I wasn't necessarily, like, nervous or anything like that. It was more so when I heard the high heels walking towards me. It's like, because I'm more protective.
Yeah.
So it's like, that doesn't bother me. But when I hear, like, high heels walking towards me, getting closer, and then something standing behind me, I started, like, quivering up.
Yeah. So in
The
Madison,
footsteps get me.
in Madison Seminary, upstairs is what the souls refer to as high security. So they would keep the patients from the asylum up there that were kind of a danger to themselves and others. So they kept them away from each other, like the rest of the people in the place. So that's why it was high security. So we were up there talking to souls, and we were in like a patient's room, and this patient is mentally unstable. I don't know exactly what they have, but whatever it is, they experience hallucinations because when they were alive, they will almost like talk to their hallucinations because they believed that they were real. So they believed so intensely that these hallucinations were real that it almost like manifested them into existence. So people are said to have experienced or seen these little dark things that are in there, like crawler things that are like this big. And they like walk around the end of the corridor of these like groups of rooms in the high security place. So we were sitting in his room, and he was a little bit unstable, so they had another man come forward to talk for him because he was kind of like easier to talk to, because the patient was a little bit erratic in the sense of like he was kept touching things over and over again, so it was hard for us to talk to them. So a man spoke for him, and that's when I was asking questions, and I was like about to ask about these dark hallucinations that this patient was seeing. And that's when weird things started happening in the hallway, because I was in the room and Anthony and everyone else was not.
I was in the room with you.
Yeah, you were.
Barely, but...
Our guide and I were in the hallway, and everything got super dark and so cold. She actually went into the other room because she said she thought something was going to charge her.
She said she didn't feel safe in the hallway.
Yeah, because at this point, I'm not asking about the dark things. I'm asking the man in front of me if I'm allowed to ask about them. So the rest of the people, like Anthony and Janelle and Shelly, our guide, have no idea what I'm about to ask. So they just like, all of a sudden they're like, something scary's happening in the hallway. And I was like, I asked the flashlight, I was like, is it happening because I was about to ask about scary things? And the flashlight goes on, and I'm like, yeah, the reason why it's happening is because I was about to do dumb things. You're welcome.
Yep.
So.
Like,
I was going to say, well, even out of the... Yeah, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
So, well, even out of the corner of my eye, it looked like it was getting darker, and I thought, like, Anthony had moved his camera, and, like, he didn't move at all, and I was just like, okay, and then you guys started talking about, like, it being dark and cold, and I was like, I thought so. But I just thought you moved your camera, but you didn't move.
No, I was frozen. I was staring at the door that closed, and I'm like, okay. I'm waiting for it to open, just to randomly open up or something like that. I'm thinking that. I'm like, just open up for me. All of a sudden, I couldn't see the door anymore. I got super cold. I felt a gust of wind. I stepped inside just a little bit because I couldn't go any further. And the guide was like shuffling into the other room. She's like, I'm not sitting out here. Yeah.
because she was like a few steps in the opposite direction of that door. Like she was kind of.
Yeah, because you would think you
away.
wouldn't want to be in the rooms because
Yeah.
that's where the like souls are supposedly at.
Yeah, no, it's like, hey, I'm gonna go into the room with the souls. That's how bad it was.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, no, I'm good.
So Kristen says, "Are we really able to speak things into existence?" So what Liv and I have slowly been figuring out is dark things are a lot of times manifested from human fears or higher things' fears. So when we talk about things like that, people are like, well, dark things aren't real because they're manifested. However, what is to say that you as a human being is not manifested from something higher as well? So everything is just a conglomeration of energy. So whatever it is near, it becomes like associated to those things, like stem cells. So if you speak things into existence, it's more in the sense of like you need to put energy behind it being real. So a lot of times when you go to insane asylums or like asylums, I don't know what the correct term is. When you go to an asylum, there are a lot of people that have hallucinations. So when you go there as a psychic medium, you see their hallucinations and they're very scary looking. So that is because those patients believed that hallucination was real so intensely that a dark thing manifested itself into that horrible thing. Can it happen in the opposite regard? Yes, we have also seen people who have imaginary friends, like little kids, and they create a spiritual being that falls in line with that imaginary friend. It's not some like soul that they're seeing. They manifested their imaginary friend because they believed so deeply that they were alive. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Like, yes. Is your game
Root beer,
good?
yes. I think it's done. I was just playing with my volume so it's not screaming in my ears.
Cool. Do I need to invite you again?
Maybe. I'll try it. Hold on, let me turn up Anthony's volume because I had to turn my computer volume down. But I want you to hear you guys.
Oh, it looks like when I start inviting you, it gets pissed and everything's laggy. Hopefully
Wait.
this sounds okay. Oh, you're drinking
Okay.
root beer? Sorry,
I am
missed
drinking
it.
a root beer.
Sorry, someone's like, Janelle, I'm drinking root beer too. Sarah says that.
Oh yeah, I was like, yeah, root beer.
I want root beer.
I love root beer. I need to buy more.
Same. Made by the
Okay.
universe itself. We are the universe. So separation is an illusion. You good? You want me to invite you?
Yeah, let's try it, and then we can talk a little bit more.
Cool.
Play game. Don't make me download anything else. Please, are you serious?
Let me know if you need help. Yeah,
said
hers is
download
better. I
complete.
only got AW. Well, you're drinking mug, aren't you?
Yeah, I've got mugs. Hello?
Okay, I am going to... I don't know if I can fix this. You know what? Never mind. So I was like, I'm gonna stop streaming, but that sounds like a lot of things.
Yeah.
You know what? I don't know.
So send me that again. Sorry.
Okay.
Because it's just taking me back to the same screen that I already downloaded.
Okay, I invited you again.
Play a game.
Sorry, I've never gotten a friends pass before.
Yeah, this is being
Really
done.
weird. Oh, also now you can see my name in Discord, so that's cool. Okay, fixed it. Okay.
No.
So we're talking about Madison Seminary. We talked about a lot of things.
We're kind of flip-flopping around.
Yeah. It's a fun time. It's gonna
That's-
be insanely hard for me to edit. We have a lot of content. Our first video, how long were we even there? Let's see.
Like 6 hours, but we
So we-
didn't.
6
We only
hours.
had like 5-ish hours of investigating because
Russell says he has 6 hours of footage from Franklin Castle.
yeah, it was 8 to 2.
And he's like, I don't know
So-
if we're gonna have enough. I'm like, what do you mean
should.
that's 6 hours? They think so.
I feel like it took a while until we started. But maybe that's just me. It all is blending together. I was trying to talk to my coworkers about it, and I was like, wait, did that happen at Madison, or did that happen at Fairfield?
Yeah, it's a lot.
What?
It's a lot. It literally felt like we
I'm
were
back.
there for weeks. Are you actually back, Anthony?
Yeah, I was eating dinner. I'm sorry.
Oh.
I just didn't want to gouge my face
It's
on
not-
camera.
Dude, you should. It allows people to feel like they can eat. That's
Okay,
how I
so
put it.
at Franklin Castle, I think
Yeah.
we got there at 8. We did a group hug for an hour where I got my neck torn off. And then we probably got like 4.5, maybe 5 hours of investigation.
Yeah,
Listen,
we have
those-
6
And
hours
hide
of
and
footage
seek.
somehow. So, it's a lot. It's a lot.
Maybe we went through a time warp.
Coke, Pepsi.
Maybe time froze for us when we were there.
Yeah, we played hide and seek at Franklin Castle, in which case, like, we hid and souls found us. I was the only one that was found other than Liv, but she got found off of camera because she turned her camera off.
I'm just gonna say
So,
we would be terrible at hide and seek, Janelle and I, because we walked right past you.
We did.
yeah.
Well, to be fair, she was like hiding in that little cubby thing.
Well, I was
we
talking
didn't
to
even look
myself
in
and I
there.
had a light on.
Also, Russell would be terrible at being a seeker as well.
What do you mean?
Because there's like a 2-minute clip
Oh.
that I recorded, and it was him walking past the room we were in, walking back and forth in front of the door. You could see his shadow walking back and forth.
Mm-hmm.
You sure it was a shadow and not a ghost?
I saw his curly hair.
God damn. That's what I would do if I was a ghost. Dude, I was
And then
seeing
you-
things physically at these places, and that's a weird experience.
Wild.
I've never seen only time I've seen something was at your house, but I was seeing like shadow figures at these places, and it's weird because I don't usually see anything.
Yeah, we went to Fairfield, which is the hospital, and we were in the attic. I don't know what it is with attics and basements. The attic was horrifying because they refer to it as the dungeon, number one, and they would chain people up there for like hours, days, like to the point where it was like not insulated, as cold, and people were dying from the cold. Like it was a bad place up there. It was also an orphanage up there, which is very confusing and very scary. But
Yeah.
while we were standing up there and that woman was giving us a tour, I was literally watching people's legs walk past like a light at the end of the hallway because you can just see darkness in there and just
That was
up
it.
there.
That was Madison.
No, that was Fairfield.
Oh, that was both.
Yeah, that was Fairfield. Like even the guide
Yeah.
said you could stand there and watch it.
Fairfield
Oh,
is the
that's
one
where I
that has
saw
the
the-
dungeon upstairs.
That's where I saw the demon children standing next to each other.
Yes. The one with the creepy
And the-
smiles.
In the
Yeah.
shadow. Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought they were normal shadows, but no, they were like demon children.
Yeah, I went up
That
there
was no
alone
joke.
because I was I'm stupid.
No, you went up there alone because we were gonna go up there originally, but I said
Yeah.
heads or tails, and
Yeah,
it landed on
flip the
tails,
coin.
and we went to the morgue.
Which
I went
was
up there.
interesting as well.
Yeah.
Even that last time we went down was
That last time, I will never go back in that morgue after that.
I love how
Really?
Anthony
I wouldn't
casually
go-
mentions the demon children.
No. We could hear. So we had the music box in our room, right?
Yeah.
And then we were asking questions, and we could hear the music box being played from like out in the hall. Like it wasn't being played in front of us. You could hear it like faintly far away, and we were like, "Okay, time to go. Why is your light on?" That
Your light's
that was
on.
scary.
Validation.
Like Yeah, because we were like, well, what time is it? And it was like 3 a.m. and then our music box started going off. We were like, okay, time to go.
By the way, I just changed my battery. I recorded for 15 minutes
Yeah.
up in a different room. We went down to the morgue. I was recording for 10 minutes and my camera died.
That was wild.
And
Like
my
that was
light,
probably my
and my
favorite part.
light went from a full bar to 1 bar. And Russell was like, "There's something dark out there. We need to go upstairs now."
Upstairs? And we're talking about Fairfield or are we talking about Madison?
Fairfield.
Fairfield. Yeah, no, I was upstairs. You're talking
You
about
guys-
when I was upstairs they were saying that?
No,
You guys
outside-
were doing your video.
you were doing a video
Oh,
upstairs.
okay.
This is when we went on our own.
Yeah,
That's
now when
when
I
Russ-
was
it was
in
like-
the attic by myself. Cool.
Oh, when you were in the attic by yourself, we were
Yeah.
like, "Is Emily gonna be okay up there?"
No, I was not.
And
Yeah. Yeah.
and
See,
it was
but I
like-
feel like our session down there when it was just you and me was a lot better.
it was really good.
It wasn't
I was
as
watching it back.
dark. But yeah.
It wasn't dark at all. We could hear like talking in the hallway and stuff like
That's
that.
wild though. I was just so excited because you could just hear all this talking.
While
Yeah.
Emily's facing demon children upstairs.
It's fine.
So, what they're talking about, they were in the morgue, and when we were in the morgue during the tour, the guide was talking about how there was a natural spring that went underneath the building, so you could hear the water going underneath the building. So, what we figured out, because I was sitting in there in the morgue because we were talking to some man.
Your light's
And-
back on.
I know, I saw it turn on. It went on when I said stream. They were talking about how the sound of the stream, it almost like allows the sounds or the voices from the spirits to come down to a level in which people can hear it. So if you think about it, souls have the ability, they talk like up here, like the frequency is super, super high pitched. However, the frequency of the stream sound is like down here. So what was happening was it was almost like kind of like the spirit box where they would push their voices into this like sound frequency. So we were able to hear what they were saying with our naked ear because it's almost like when you put a cup next to like a door, it changes the frequencies that are coming so that you can hear it better, or like a conch shell, that type of thing. It was wild.
Yeah, no, we asked. I remember asking. I was like, "Do you want to come in here and talk to us?" And you just hear this, "No," out from the hallway, and we were like, "All right, I guess not."
Yeah,
We-
it was
that music-
crazy.
That music box was going off like crazy in the morgue, though.
Yeah,
That's cool.
that was really cool. It was.
Flashlights were going off randomly
I'd
the
go
third
back.
time we went down there. See, I would go back in the summertime. I'm not going back when it's that cold.
When it, yeah,
was
or when
windy?
it's windy as shit. That was also extra spooky.
We went upstairs
up-
and
Listen, I was in the attic by myself, and all of the windows, I don't know why they're not in place, but they
rattle.
jingle, they rattle back and forth against the wood of the frame. So it was extremely windy. Like there was a wind advisory, and I'm up here, and every time the wind goes, you can literally hear it echo through the entire top of the house, like the top of the house is being ripped out of the building. And it was horrifying. So
yeah, when we went up there all as a group, and you hear it. I'm like, why were you up here by yourself?
I made
I
it for the
felt
half
like It was
hour.
gonna fall apart.
And then I'm sitting
I
there
don't know how you
thinking,
did.
like, I'm
I
thinking to
don't know
myself, I'm
either.
like, I'm glad I didn't do that idea I told you about, like me sitting in the chicken coop and you sitting all the way at the other end,
Yeah,
because I would have shit myself.
I'm glad we all didn't go by ourselves. I know everybody else did, but no.
Yeah, Russell and Olivia casually go to another demon room, and it's like, what is going on at this place?
Yeah, I don't think I'd go to the morgue alone.
The light just turned on.
Yeah,
Guess
I
you-
wouldn't go to the morgue alone.
Well,
But-
when we were in there, someone walked in and told Liv that we needed to leave because something bad was about to happen.
Huh.
Because she said that the guide told her, Shelly told her that souls will come up to you when it is not safe and tell you to
Oh
leave.
yeah. Mhm.
Because when we were talking to Margaret there, like in the hallway,
Wait,
that was a different
Shelley-
place. Sorry.
that was
Yeah, that was
Madison.
Madison. Still. Anyway.
Yeah, no, now I'm confused. That happened at Fairfield, so, patience? But I don't think she told Liv that, so that was probably the other way around. Confused.
No.
But when we were in the morgue, she said that someone told her to leave. So we did.
Mm-hmm.
And the light went on when she was like, should we leave? Boom.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
See,
you
and
good?
then
You invited to this game yet?
It literally doesn't do anything. I can hit play game on where it's downloaded, but when I go hit play game from this, it just takes me to where I can download it. And then doesn't let me download anything. Because I think it's downloaded. So if I go to my downloads, you can hit play. See what happens? Because I do want to play this
I think
game.
we should just talk.
It's
fine.
lagging.
yeah, the light turns on.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
we
was
can just
okay
talk
with
about
that.
our investigation because we have a lot to talk about. And then I'll
Yeah,
figure it out
that's
for
a
next week.
I will say, when Janelle and I were outside taking pictures and stuff, she was like, "Yeah, I feel like we should do solos on each floor." And I was like, "It would be really cool. You guys go on the 4 floors in the main building, and I'll go into like where the priests and stuff were."
Yeah.
And then we go on our tour, and Em was like, "Yeah, the dark thing is taunting you down here." And I'm like, "Yep, I'm not doing that. Never mind."
Wait, when we were in the
In Madison,
prison place.
Yeah.
yeah, you're like the
Well,
big
because
bear.
you were
thing.
scared.
I wasn't scared.
I don't believe you.
I really wasn't scared there. I wasn't on edge or anything. Only time I was on edge was in the attic. But after that, after Liv was like, "Hey, we need to leave now," that's when I was like, "Yeah, okay, I'm not going in here ever again." Because I don't think we went back in that building afterwards.
No,
Oh.
I don't
In the
think we
prison
went over
section.
there.
Yeah, we didn't go back over there.
Well,
It was-
she said that we needed to leave because that man was telling her horrible things. We're talking about
Yeah.
Madison, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, that's why we left. Because that's why the music box was going off. And I'll tell you guys the whole story since we're talking like you guys know what we're talking about. So at Madison Seminary, in the basement, I think that's what they call it, the basement of the place, they would like lock people up for like petty crimes and stuff like that. So it's kind of like jail cells, but it doesn't look like your traditional like bars, jail cells. And Liv went on the tour of this place, so I was the one doing the mediumship walkthrough. So when I went down there, I know nothing, absolutely 0% nothing. And when I go into this place, the first thing I ask them is, did people get locked in these rooms? Because I'm telling you, it does not look like a jail cell. It looks like office buildings, like you thought offices that you were going into there. So I'm like, people get locked up in here, and they're like, yes. And I'm like, there's this really intimidating dude that like does horrible things to the people that are in here. And I describe what he looks like. He has like darker hair. He is very masculine presenting. And he has this personality that you would not be able to tell how dark and screwed up he is in public. Like, he's very privileged. He is very prim and proper when he is in public in front of people. But when he goes to this place, he does horrific things to people. Absolutely disgustingly horrific things. So I thought I communicated that to people. But apparently not, because when I'm telling Liv, there's this really scary dude down here. And she was like, oh yeah, they call him the perv. And I was like, okay, that makes sense. You guys understand what I'm talking about. Makes sense. She did not realize how horrific this guy was.
Yeah, because that was all the information we got, was they just said they call him a perv. The
Yeah.
perv. No, that was all we knew, because they didn't go into the horrific details of what is
well,
up with this
She
dude.
didn't know.
Yeah.
I thought you guys knew and was validating the things that I was telling you.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, no.
You know, I meant the guy didn't say it until
So-
after, later on.
Yeah, so after all of this stuff, we go back and get our investigation equipment.
Hold
We
on.
come down here. And
I wasn't scared, okay? See, yes, I'm scared of women. I'll tell when we get to Madison, I'll tell you why I'm scared of women, okay?
okay. So we go back to the basement with our investigation equipment, and we start talking, Liv and I, to these couple women that are kind of like in a different time zone or like a different time layer, if that makes sense. That's the right word. And it was just like we were seeing different timelines pass through. And this man shows up. It's not the scary man. There's a different man that shows up that seems to be in charge, but his energy is much happier, much lighter, much like kind of like Santa Claus-y, if that makes sense. And he starts explaining to Liv, because I already knew this information the second I walked down there. He starts explaining to Liv, the guy that I was talking about was the first like parole officer person that was in charge of the places down here. So he would actually bring people out of state, bring women out of state that he liked, and he would do horrible things to them. And it was important that we uncovered that information so that we can validate the soul's like stories and experiences and reveal how horrific this man was, because he wasn't like that in public. He hid a lot of that. And this kind man was the second guy that came after him that was now in charge of this parole office. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So that happened, and then this guy said horrible things to Liv that I will not say on the internet, and we left. But they were using our music box. Every time they like switched between time layers, it was like a wind blew through the place. Did you guys feel that, or was that just us?
Yeah, no,
Okay.
we felt it, and then that whatever
The music
that,
box like did one note, and it just like blew through the room twice.
Yeah, no, well, I know Olivia said that was a branch or something on the window, but no, that metal shelf rattled, because I went over there and like just barely touched it, and it was the same sound.
Felt like
I felt it, and then it rattled.
Like
It
Janelle
happened
and I looked at
twice.
each other.
Yeah, I was like, what was that? Because
And each time it happened, it was like it was a different time layer, like a different part of time. Except for the last time, once we figured it out, that's when Liv started getting scared. And because she started getting scared, that's when the dude came in, and she kind of allowed that information to come in. And I'm not saying that's like a bad thing or whatever. It just sucks for her. But that's when the guy started coming in, and the music box just started going off like straight. Instead of having one note, it was just straight. Like he was walking towards us to come get us. And that's when Liv was like, okay, we need to leave now. Literally now.
Yeah, and right before that, when I was setting up the music box and I was trying to set the REM pod up outside, I felt like someone was walking towards me, like about to like run at me. So I tripped over Janelle, and she was like, "Whoa, what happened?" And I'm like, "I don't know what's going on. I can't." So I just put my REM pod away.
Him.
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
Yeah. He was scary.
Hit a water gun with holy water in it.
That'd be pretty funny.
It'd be Sam and Dean with the salt pacted.
Yeah, just sort of salt
bullets,
at the
just
place, just everywhere.
Yeah.
That's hilarious. It's like, assaulted. Sorry.
Burn
so
them. Oh, sorry.
I didn't tell the story of me being in the attic alone either. So at Fairfield, because now we're switching to Fairfield.
Wait, hold on. Can I explain the situation in Madison about the woman? Okay.
Oh, we were doing the upstairs now?
Well, they were making fun of me because they said I was scared. Okay, yeah, the attic was scary because I heard high heels walking down the hall, then walking towards me, and usually a woman of authority kind of get me scared because, like, when I went to school, early grade school, I had nuns for teachers, and they terrified me. And my mom was very strict as well, so all of that stuff, kind of like
so
I get very
feminine energy is intimidating.
Yeah.
Yeah. Masculine energy is intimidating for me. So it's the opposite, but the similar. But,
yeah, it wasn't bad though.
Yeah, we were upstairs in the Madison Seminary, which again is the high security place with the those patients. And when we were up there, Anthony started hearing footsteps, like heels, walking towards them. And the guide, her name is Shelly, she was asking the flashlight, she was like, "Can I ask a question? Is this," what was her name? Phyllis. Phyllis the nurse. Nurse Phyllis. And the flashlight goes on, and I describe her as being like an older woman. She's a little bit bigger built, and she has dark hair. And I was like, does that sound accurate? And Shelly was like, yep, that's her. So she has a very authoritative female energy, which is intimidating for people that are uncomfortable with female energy, like Anthony. So she...
Hence why I obey my wife a lot, because she scares me. I'm joking.
What, Jenny?
Yeah.
Jenny hasn't got that kind of energy. She's got Capricorn energy, but she hasn't got scary lady energy.
No. Jenny runs at me, she trips on her own feet.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
Like... Now, Parker, on the other hand, she scares me.
Isn't that funny?
Yeah. A 3-month-old scares me.
And I told you that she would impact you too.
Yep.
Weird.
Very weird. And you said that when AJ was 1 year old. Oh, no. When Jenny was... Yeah, no. AJ was like 15 months... It was like when Jenny was first pregnant with her. So it was a while ago now. A full year ago.
I told you that a really long time ago.
Yeah, a full year now. Yeah, that's
Respect
crazy.
my authority. Hi. Falls. Yeah, I described that lady up in the attic as, she needed that exterior kind of scariness in order to be able to deal with the hardships of being up there with, the amount of, like, abuse that was going on, as well as being around mentally unstable patients is hard on your mental stability. So she needed like that kind of backbone, which is intimidating sometimes, but she needed that to have a wall and be comfortable up there. So she's not bad, scary, whatever. She just has that sort of energy. And if you're uncomfortable with feminine energy, that's the energy you're scared of.
Yep.
So makes sense. But the attic story in Fairfield. So we do solo missions. I forget, you went with Anthony and Russell went with Liv. Is that what happened?
Yeah.
I think, yeah.
Oh yeah, because they went to the wrong doll room.
That's what I just thought of. I was like, yeah, oh wait, yeah, they did the wrong.
That is so something that would happen to Olivia. But I don't understand how that happened to Russell.
It's like, yeah, let's do the doll room, and they go to the demon room.
Yeah, and they go to the wrong room. So now everything about that's going to be confusing to me, and I'm not going to have any idea what's going on. But it's fine. It's fine. But I was the only one that was solo. Everybody else had a partner because I was like, suck my balls. I'm ready. It's fine. So I went up to the attic. They didn't give me any of the good equipment, which is probably for a reason.
No, you had the Ovilus thing.
Yeah, I had the thing that talks, which is called a poltergeist, and it's like an Ovilus where it has like a dictionary and it measures frequencies and gives you words. And I had cat balls, which didn't work, and I had a REM pod, which also didn't work. So I basically had the poltergeist talking to me, and I was sitting up there and perceiving scary things happening, but I'm not talking about them. I'm just sitting there in silence.
Imagine having
that's not real. This is not real. None of this is happening. So
imagine having the music box with you.
There's a reason why I didn't have equipment, because if I had flashlights and it was those dark things touching it, I would have not been up there that very long. But also, I'm an asshole. I would probably still be up there. I was seeing at the end of the hallway, so if you think about it, there's like, it's a big loft-like space, so it's a huge hallway-looking thing, and there's like supports for the roof, and there were these tall shadow things that were like human-sized that were hiding behind the supports in the attic. So I had those things, And I was like, okay, this is scary. This is really scary. Also, it's really freaking loud and everything creaks. And there's like an open hole in the ceiling because that's the lookout. And there's like holes in the windows up there so I can hear everything that's happening outside too. So I'm like, this is scary. Remember how they told you this is an orphanage? Everything's fine. Let's just talk to children. I did not talk to children. These little dark things came up that looked like children, except they had huge smiles, like the smile from the movie Smiles, and there were like 3 or 4 of them. So those things were looking at me, and I couldn't get past the like door to get into the attic. I couldn't go any further into the attic, and from the doorway, there's like another shadow figure that's completely dark, just like looking around the corner out of this door at me, like down because I'm sitting on the floor. So all of those things are there. And before I walk in there, I was like, okay, we're not going to go into this place unless I have a soul that isn't darkness itself. So a man walked up with me, and the spirit thing, the polter script, the Ovulus off-brand, is telling me, John. That's the man that was standing with me. And if that man wasn't there, I would have left.
Yeah.
But I almost left like 3 times.
Yeah. While you were telling that, your camera for Discord was very laggy and didn't want to work for a minute. Just saying. It's fine now, but...
Yeah, and I keep asking souls, was that real? Did I actually see those things? And they never tell me because it's not information I need to know. But it's just interesting that we drove home from that place and there was a man that had a creepy smile.
And that's see, and then that's why I have questions for you later, because it wasn't like the normal chills I usually get. It was a weird feeling I got because I knew it wasn't normal, like a normal person sitting next to me. So I knew it was a little bit different. So that's why I was just.
There was someone sitting there before Olivia said something.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I went.
Oh, okay. I have a question. So
that's why I went to sleep.
This is gonna be not the greatest thing to ask you, but I'm gonna ask you anyways. The feelings, the chills that you were getting, was it almost like your arm was asleep or wherever the chills were happening? It's like pins and needles.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was sucking off your energy. I'm sorry. I get the same feeling.
Oh, nice.
Because like sometimes like it was like numbing almost.
The reason why I know that too is my friend that's not a medium, or that is a medium, but I don't know them anymore. They're not my friend. Let me say that again. My friend that's not my friend anymore, but is a medium. I was doing my BFA and I hadn't slept for 2 days, naturally. I was sitting there, like, distraught because the thing that I've been working on for 2 days got deleted. So I'm sitting there and I'm, like, telling her that I feel like there's chills or, like, spiders or, like, things biting my arm, like, crawling up my arm with needles. And she just, like, blank-faced says, oh, yeah, that's them. And I was like, what the fuck do you mean, them?
Excuse me?
Wait, hold on. Stop. Stop.
Back up.
Them?
Yeah, that's what she says to me. I'm like,
that's vague.
What? Who is them? You can't just say that.
You can't just say these things.
So I asked her, I was like, what are you talking about? And she's like, oh yeah, there's dark things like feeding off your energy because you're distraught and you're tired, so you're not protecting your energy, and that's what's happening. So every time that feeling happened, I knew exactly what was going on from there on after. For a while, it would happen when I'd see scary movies, because when you go to places like that, it usually attracts things like that. Mm-hmm. It stopped when I stopped thinking that it could happen. But it's interesting that you feel the same thing. That's why I asked.
Yeah, it was like, I can't really explain it, because like, when I get like poked by a needle or something, it really doesn't hurt. It like just tickles, like it's not just, tickle, but like
it's
tingles.
Like the feeling your arm's asleep, but it's not, because it literally feels like pins going into your arm. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I know. I know. Like,
Yeah.
it's weird because like I'll talk to you later about it.
Okay.
It happens a lot
No, it happens to
more
me
than
so often, and I like ever since I was told what that feeling was, I was like, this is not cool. I don't know how to make this stop. And then I started not being scared of dark entities.
so. Would that correlate to my terrible nightmare I had?
Yes.
Because that was terrifying. Like,
That's
you
why
guys
when
were
you were like, is this thing associated to me? We both were like, that is not a question you need to know the answer to. Like,
yeah, that's when I fell back asleep because I was like, okay. And then I heard you guys making jokes because Liv rolled the window down.
yeah, no,
I
we had
thought
to make
because
jokes so that thing would go away.
yeah, I hear the jokes and I'm like, all right, stay asleep, stay asleep. They're still talking to the thing. Go to sleep. So I
Still
wake back
talking to
up.
the thing.
My head's falling out the window because Liv rolls the window down because I'm assuming I'm snoring or
Yeah,
something
you
like
snore
that.
so loud, dude.
I know. Imagine Jenny. She's like sitting there
Yeah.
listening to me the whole night.
Yeah, my parents have what we call a snoring room because my dad sleeps at the same caliber as you do. So Jenny has always been like, it's so weird that your parents have a snoring room, and now she knows why.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I think that's why women and men used to sleep in different rooms back in the day because the man would usually snore really, really loud.
I don't know about that, but
I know.
Jared doesn't snore unless he's like suffocating himself with the pillow.
Yeah, no, it's terrible. But yeah, that feeling happens not all the time, but like that weekend it was happening a lot. Like my arms are going numb, and my arms never really go numb.
Yeah, no, I know the exact feeling that you're talking about.
And like my hands usually go numb because I used to work in manual labor and stuff like that with heavy machinery. So it's like, okay, I know what that is. But like my arms never do that.
Hannah says, I visualize a suit of biological armor around me when I have to deal with dark negative entities to protect my energy. I used to imagine Zeroth as my armor because Zeroth is always around me because he's a cloud. Zeroth is my spirit guide. That is a cloud. So I would imagine white armor around me, and it made me feel more secure. And it also made me feel more secure that it was Zeroth, because I don't trust myself doing that, but I trust Zeroth doing it. So Zeroth is also sitting in there with me, if you would like to know. Like, manifested, I could see him next to me. Because I was like, is this real life? And he was like, do you need to know the answer to that? So, yeah. I used to be really scared of dark things until I realized why dark things exist. Because a lot of people just talk about them as being evil. They're going to, like, possess you. They're going to, like, rip your arms off. Bullshit like that. They're not supposed to do that. For the most part, we get the little dark things that come up from not so far underneath us, and they just magnify our emotions, and it allows you to work through emotions. When you go to scary places like that, and it's a conglomeration of a lot of people's emotions, that's when it's kind of scary, but it's people's emotions. So if you're going into it in a understanding sort of way, it doesn't affect you in the sense of allowing things to feed off of you. So I don't get the feelings anymore. I don't know when the last time that has happened to me. Is M very quiet, or is it just me? What the heck do you mean? I've been talking this whole time.
Parker's wide awake now. She just woke up from a nap. But yeah, like I went into that place not knowing anything and not like I was open. And like
I went in there not knowing anything.
Like I'm talking about like I knew this stuff, but like I tried to like play it off like I was fine, everything was cool. But like I was on edge the whole time. But Liv, we were in the attic and Russell was doing the esses method in the attic. Liv was like, stop, because he was saying like, don't look behind you. Don't look behind you. Run.
Oh,
run.
Me?
No, like that's what Russell was saying.
Oh, Because I was
And I
saying
was
the
looking
same
behind
thing.
us.
That's cool. Russell was telling you that too?
Yeah. And I was looking behind the whole time, and it kept saying run, run. But Liv was like, don't let it bother you. Just think of love. Think of something. And I'm like, I'm not thinking of things I didn't want to think of things I love necessarily because
Because
I
you
didn't
think
want
they're
to.
going to do something to them?
Yeah, and no, not because they're going to do something, but I don't want it to like associate.
God.
I don't know. So
My
I thought of
voice got
Sully.
quieter. I like turned it down because I kept peaking. Sorry. I turned it back up. Does that sound better? So what he's talking about, this is Fairfield. So the dungeon in the attic. We decided, hey, there are all these weird, scary things. Why don't we do the esses method? However, we're going to do the esses method where two of us are doing stuff.
Your camera's being weird.
Of course it is.
Saying.
It doesn't look weird to me, so I don't know. We're talking about the weird, scary stuff again. So,
I know.
and I'm about to talk about the weird, scary stuff. So we're doing the esses method. And one of us is on the one side, because it's like a super long, lofty corridor type of thing. So one of us is on one side of the like dungeon area, and then another one of us that are doing the esses method is on the other side of the corridor doing we're in like the orphanage or whatever, so we're like significantly far away from each other. So I was the one in the orphanage, which was away from Liv, who was asking questions. Liv was asking questions to Russell, who was closer to them in the dungeon. So if you think about it, here is Russell, here is Olivia and Anthony, and then I'm over here with Janelle. Janelle came with me because I was like, maybe I shouldn't be alone in here because I'm a dumbass. So we start doing the dual esses method. While I was in the like orphanage area and doing the esses method, I felt like there was someone standing behind me, taunting me. So
I kept looking behind you too.
Yeah, I don't know if I was answering her questions, but they were saying things to me to make me uncomfortable because I was just in there by myself. So hold on. Hello?
Hi, I am
Hello?
leaving volleyball right now, so I'm gonna go get food.
Where are you going?
Come here.
I don't care. Someplace that either has a smoothie or a milkshake.
Salad.
Yeah.
You see Emily?
And if they end up not having a milkshake, that's okay
Can you
too.
wave? Can you say hi?
But if they don't have a smoothie, that's not good.
Well, if they don't have smoothies, that's okay too.
Yeah.
Is there anything else you want, or?
No, that's it.
You waving?
That's AJ. No, I gave you an easy thing to find a place to get food.
Uh-oh.
Everybody in the chat says get a smoothie.
They have milkshakes.
Where's your cup? Huh?
Yeah, they do.
He's just waving at everybody.
Where I'm going, and if they don't have them, that's
You want to go back to Mama?
Okay, can you give
Say
me a vanilla
bye.
one? No, vanilla.
Go get Mama. Here's your passy.
Chalky?
AJ.
Yeah. So I'll see you when you get here with my milkshake.
you don't want any fries or nothing?
Maybe.
That's what I thought.
You can give me some fries too.
Large fry. Large fry and a
I'm
shake.
looking up to his car now.
What's up?
Are you good? Okay. Well, I'll see you when you get here. Bye.
Okay, bye.
Sorry. I'm trying to get food.
Food is good.
Definitely a milkshake, for sure. So I was like, you should call me, because I want a milkshake or a smoothie.
Did you hear AJ say hi?
Yeah, I did.
He was trying to say Emily. It sounds so funny. He's like, Emily.
Yeah, my niece who's 3, I like how she says jelly bean. Jelly bean's a lot to say. So we're in the attic of Fairfield, which is technically the dungeon in the orphanage, which is very strange, but it's fine. So we were doing that, and supposedly Russell was saying similar things to when I had my session in front of Liv, because we did that for a while, and then we switched in the sense of we both were doing it next to each other, and I was doing it with Anthony. I don't know if Anthony was getting any words or anything, because
His
I
headphones
couldn't
weren't
hear
working at
anything.
first.
Yeah, my headphones like broke or something. I don't know. But
Got you.
I got some things, and then I got like a creepy laugh, like a demonic laugh. It was not even demonic. It was just like it's fucking terrifying.
Yeah, so when we were doing the esses method, which is sensory deprivation, and we were listening to the spirit box that was like talking to us about stuff, Liv was asking me questions, and I would answer them with the spirit box. However, I could not hear her questions. It was just whatever I heard off of the spirit box with the noise canceling headphones. So apparently she was asking me, because she told me this after, that she kept asking who it was, and I kept saying, it's me, it's me, it's me, look behind you, it's me. And we went downstairs because Liv didn't want to tell me this while we were up there with the weird things. So we've come to the conclusion that there's a dark thing up there that calls itself me. Because every time she would ask that question, I started saying very taunting things to her, like run, kill, leave, that type of thing. Or I'm behind you. It was interesting.
Yeah.
Hannah, yes, it was exactly like the Joker. I had to look up and listen to his laugh. Yeah, it was exactly like his laugh. It was terrifying. But the thing is, like, usually you still hear, like, the radio station, like, switching or the stations flipping through or whatever. But everything went silent, and that's all I heard. So I got up, terrified, and walked away, saying, I'm done.
Yeah. Really?
Yeah, you'll see it like when editing. I was like, yep, nope, I'm done.
Hold on. Yeah, because I kept feeling you get up because I could feel the floor moving, and I was like, oh, what's next to me?
No, it's just me.
It's like, what's happening?
Yeah, the first time I got up, my headphones weren't working. Then I got them to work, so I sat back down. And then I put them on. I heard gun, fire, firearm, and then, but I couldn't say anything. Like, I just couldn't speak. Like, I didn't believe I was hearing what I was hearing, and then everything stopped, and I heard that laugh. And, like, I just got instant chills, and I'm like, nope, I'm done. I quit.
Have you done the esses method with us before? No.
I did it once at the graveyard when we were doing the
Oh, yeah, I remember
test
that.
the trial, and I heard, like, when I heard it, it was, like, right here, and we were right in front of the grave.
Yeah. Got you.
So I did it then, but, like, I haven't really tried to do it.
Yeah, because I know with Janelle it's harder for her because it's hard to, like, hear words in it because it's very and then you have the over it.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I liked when we were playing it out loud and you were saying things or picking up, and I was trying to make, because I could hear when, like, they were saying things, but I can't make out what they're saying.
Yeah, that's usually how it is for me. It's kind of like I just shut that part of my brain off and I just say what they want me to say. So it sounds like what the thing is saying.
Yeah.
But it's more clairaudiently driven, which is why I keep telling you, just say what you think it sounds like, which is sometimes hard. But that's why when people do it on the internet, they, like, say it's best to do it in a rocking chair doing this, because you need to be sort of in a trance-like mindset to do it. You need to be in a
Mhm.
mediumship mindset to do it. Clairaudience,
Gotcha.
whatever. Yeah. So it's a combination between your gifts and a physical object telling you stuff. So
It's like
Makes
I know
sense.
I know I can do it. It's
Yeah.
like because I've heard my name being called before, all that stuff, like from the past, and I hear things frequently. But like, I don't know. Yeah, that laugh bothered me too much. And I heard it when we were in Franklin Castle. I heard someone scream, "Hey!"
when?
The Franklin Castle when we split off and started investigating.
Got you. Yeah.
I took it off because it was like a loud "Hey!" Like someone was like trying to get my attention.
When we went to
Oh,
the
when you and I were doing it, yeah.
Ah,
Yeah.
got you. Wait,
I couldn't get anything.
in your headphones or outside your headphones?
In my headphones.
Oh, okay, got it.
And
Makes
then
sense.
remember I told you I thought Janelle was standing to the left of me asking questions,
Oh,
but it
Whoa.
wasn't her. It was
There's
someone going
sentience.
like it was someone standing next to me going. I'm like, what are you doing? And I'm like, wait, you're not over here? And I just got freaked out. I'm like, yeah, I'm done.
Yeah, like,
Yeah.
I didn't move.
Yep,
Yeah.
yep, I'm done. It's like I don't know. I'm like I told you. It's like before. It's like hard for me to believe this stuff unless it actually happens. And when it does happen, it's like, okay, well, I wasn't prepared for it to actually happen.
Well, you're also slowly opening yourself up. Mostly because I tell you things about yourself. Like, now that you know that you get weird, spiky chills, now you know what that is. I didn't
This
know
just
what
hit-
that was until someone said it to me.
This just hit me. Remember
What?
you said, like a long time ago, you did like a tarot reading for me, and I had like the longest one, and everyone left because it filled up the whole table.
Yeah.
You're like, hey, during your journey of mediumship, weird dark things are gonna come to you. Don't be
Yeah, I don't
afraid. It's
remember
gonna
that at
help
all.
you. Yeah, it just hit me because I just remembered it and I got a flashback.
Yeah, because that's when you wanted, like, more information about your gifts. Because you knew that you were sensitive, but you couldn't explain the things that were happening to you. Right?
Yeah. Now
Yeah.
I still can't. Now I still can't explain it, but like I know it's happening.
Don't be nervous, Samantha.
Oh, for her reading?
Yeah.
Hold on, let me
It'll
create.
be wonderful.
Let me
and
see
great-
what
and
kind
great.
of reading you have. I had 3 readings earlier today. Well, it's a psychic medium reading.
Oh.
Not that Liv does much else. A lot of people... There was a time where she was doing a lot of pet psychic readings, but most of the time she books psychic medium readings. Yeah.
I will
Liv,
say.
go for it.
Go ahead. Oh, okay, I was gonna say if nothing makes sense now, it'll make sense later. Just like what
Yeah.
happened with Anthony. It happens to me all the time. Like I'll be thinking about it. And I'm like, oh, well, that's why she mentioned that. And I'm like, that makes sense. So
Well, also, Liv is the one that, like, caters the reading. She's the one that, like, directs it. So you don't have to, like, be worried to be like, I don't know what to say. She will just talk for you. She'll be like, can you tell me this? And you
fine.
just answer it. It's more pressure for us to do readings for you because we have to have the information. But I don't, like, get scared of readings anymore. I mostly got scared because I was like, oh, people. I don't know how to communicate with people. And then I was mostly worried that people were going to ask me weird questions that I wouldn't have the answers to, which I'm not sure what questions those would be. But, you know, it's fine.
it's fine. Everything is fine. But, have spirits ever been freaked out by your presence and ability to see or sense them?
Apparently this happens to Liv a lot because I'm trying to think of if it happens to me. It happens to Liv a lot. And she talks about how souls, like, get surprised that she can see them. But I don't know that it's happened to me, or I haven't had a soul tell me that.
Hold the bottle. Just hold it.
So I'm not sure.
I just like the ones that come up to you guys and they're like, "That stuff's for the devil," and they just
That's my
don't.
favorite. It's like, this is the devil. You're the devil. Thanks. I didn't know talking to you made me the devil.
Yeah.
It's just really funny that souls do that too, because they know that that's not true.
Yeah.
It's just their religion says otherwise. So, I get how it's confusing. Hold on. There's a question that I was gonna answer, but I don't remember who asked it. It says, Hannah, whenever I get attacked by dark things, I get a biting sensation, like a dog trying to maul me. Question. What do you mean by getting attacked by dark things? While you answer, let me see if I can find this question I'm looking for. Oh, do you know when Liv will be on stream? Give me a second. I can't force her to be on stream, because technically this is my idea, because I wanted to stream and hang out with people. So I was like, hey, Janelle, Liv is scared of games. Will you stream with me? So technically, on a technicality, it looks like Liv stops having readings in the evening on the 23rd of March. For the most part. Yeah. So if she misses it, it's on her. Because that's when her readings switch from being in the evening to the daytime. Okay. That's the question I needed to answer. Oh, it says BT. I don't know what BT
What?
is. BT attacked, I mean physically attacked.
Bye.
I'm still not sure what that means. Like,
By
do they
attacked.
scratch you or something? It confuses me. Oh, I can't. Jay says I can't wait to ask Liv about the darn white cat. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if she'll know either. Because apparently, Liv had this reading with a guy that I just had another reading with. And the guy told me that Liv said that one of his spirit guides was a black teddy bear. And that was one of the first times that Liv told a person about a spirit guide that I don't perceive. So I'm not entirely sure what that means. So maybe Liv doesn't know what my weird symbols mean. So I don't know if she'll be able to see it or not, but it'll be interesting to know.
Does he have a cup or no, Jen?
Do you need help, Anthony?
Yes.
Yes. How can you tell if something is demonic or friendly? How can you tell if something is demonic or friendly that is in your basement? How they feel. They can't hide their energy signature. As much as they would like to look like a normal human, they can do that. They can't hide the scary energy around them. So, dark things feel heavy, staticky, kind of like sputtery or skittery. So, if you have that sort of energy, you know that it's not a cool guy. I've only ever talked to a dark thing once. And it's when Liv was like, there's this like weird smiley cat thing. I don't even know if she told me it was a cat. She just told me that it smiled like the cat from Alice in Wonderland. And she like thought it was a spirit guide that she was seeing. So I was like, okay, it's a spirit guide. Everything's fine. So I start talking to it and trying to channel it. And I start getting sick and lightheaded. And I was like, that is not a spirit guide. That is a scary dark thing. Have a nice day. I'm going to stop talking to it because I feel like I'm going to puke. But
Fine.
the things that are in my basement that are talking to me are human souls because I can see them and feel their energy, and they're very different than dark things also.
He enjoys it.
I don't know if I would allow a dark thing to touch that, but also I don't know that I care. So that might be a thing. I don't know. Can negative energy feel like thick mud? Yes. Beelzebub, he feels like the kind of silence that would make you go crazy. So he's very heavy, very like thick energy, and almost like nothingness. He's a cool guy. I sold my soul to him.
Awesome.
It was a fun time. Oh, it's Hannah Ray says, but when I get scratched, etc., the energy sensation feels like a dog bite. Interesting. I don't know what to tell you about that. That sounds like it shouldn't be happening, because that's scary. Did he give you a shake and fries? Well, he has to come back with it. So I hope so. Because if he wouldn't have gone to like McDonald's or something, you know that they would have been like, that ice cream machine doesn't work. And I would have cried.
Every time.
So, but Russell said he used to work at McDonald's, and he says that the creamer that you use for coffee looks similar to the ice cream mix. So maybe that's what they're doing, just over and over and over again, putting the wrong cream in there.
Could be.
I don't know.
I just never will forget the time when I went through the drive-thru to get a shake and fries, and they didn't have shakes, so I was like, fine, whatever, I'll get the fries, right? But it was one of those, like, two order windows or whatever. Two lanes.
Mm-hmm.
And the people ahead of me got 4 milkshakes.
That broke it for sure.
And, they literally finished their order just as I was, like, asking about mine, and then they said they were, like, they literally just didn't want to do it. I was like, you told me that the machine was broken, and they're like, no, it's not broken, when I got to the window, and I was like...
Can I have a milkshake, though, bro?
What?
Were they, like, planning it just in case?
I was like, you literally handed these people 4 shakes. What are you telling me this is broken?
Yeah.
No.
Cloudy Tomo says, can you make more Sims 4 content? I honestly would like to make more haunted places. Like, each time we go to a haunted place, make it in the Sims 4. And then just do it on Sundays, call it Sims Sundays, and Janelle and I will just sit here and play cozy games.
Could do that.
That was one of the ideas I have. So if you guys are cool with that, that might be something in the future that I do. But it would be fun. I like playing The Sims because it's like one of those things that just makes my brain feel better because it's so simple and my brain has just got too many things going on, you know?
Yeah.
Wilson Castle in The Sims 4? Yes. It'd be so pretty.
Please do.
Freaking
That'd
love
be
this
the
Wilson
most-
Castle.
Yeah.
But it'd be so much fun. Is there a way I can be a psychic medium? I believe everyone's a psychic medium. Liv doesn't think so. Literally, every time you go to our channel now, she is the intro video that says, let's talk about how everyone's a medium, because I know you believe that and I still don't. Like, the sass! My God! So...
You hear something in the background. Is Parker eating her bottle or drinking her bottle?
Yeah, we can hear that. I think we heard that last time too. Your children. Your
They're very
cooing
noisy.
children noises. They're noisy. Yeah.
Favorite
Sorry.
place to get shakes? Fast food wise? I don't know. I guess.
Places that aren't fast food places make better milkshakes.
Yeah. As I say, a lot of the mom and pop shops around me, the little...
Dude, we should go, like, I don't know, you know those people on TikTok that have those, like, ridiculous milkshakes that, like, have all of the stuff on them?
Yeah.
We should go to California and do that.
Okay, I'm in.
Okay, yeah. That would be the best milkshake. We haven't had it yet.
Haven't had it yet.
You know? Yeah.
I had a Dairy Queen shake earlier, so
What kind of Dairy Queen
And-
shake?
it was chocolate. And their
Mhm.
shakes aren't even the best, but you know.
All right,
It
I'm
was a
unmuting for a
milkshake.
second. I am craving one now, and I'm trying not to eat that stuff anymore. So thank you. Thank you very much.
We always talk about food in our stream. I think that's just a stream
Always.
thing, but I don't know. Yes, come to California. I went
Dude,
to
I want to
California.
try In-N-Out so bad.
It's great. Because I went
I
there
wanna
like a
try
few
it.
weeks ago.
Is it
I love
comparable to
In-N-Out.
that other one that's close to us? The one that I go to all the time that I'm not going to say because I'm scared.
It's better.
It's better. Yeah.
I would probably, that's what I heard. So, but I do want to try it.
What else was I gonna say to you?
I had In-N-Out like 3 times when I went to Vegas.
Oh, I went to California. The roads there, everything has like 8 roads. 8. Across 8. That's terrifying. How do you get off when you're out over here?
God, know what train
Scary.
you gotta be in.
Scary. Everything is bigger in California, not Texas. California.
Tell me all about places in Indiana. I want to go.
Oh, we're going to Indiana?
I don't know. So there's
Guys,
places in
haunted
Indiana
places
that
in
go-
Indiana.
Give me places in Indiana and Illinois.
Yeah.
Michigan.
Jenny, who is Anthony's wife, was telling us that people of Reddit were giving her ideas of where we should go. Don't go to Ohio, there's nothing there. Yeah, we just did. That's what our
We
3
just did that.
locations were at. There isn't anything there. But for some reason, there's so many haunted places. You know what I'm talking about?
Mm-hmm.
We found
Yeah.
3.
I had,
And we did
two,
their
I had
first
2
one.
more email me back actually from Ohio.
In Ohio? Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
There's a lot of places in California too, but I feel like they're expensive. Am I wrong?
Probably.
I mean, they're in
I haven't looked
California.
into California.
Because I am trying to look in California because I want to collab with people. But I don't know if I can afford to go there.
Yeah.
Because just flying in for whatever reason is so expensive. If you flew into the state next to California, any of the states next to California, not as expensive. Or at least LA is, if you want to go to LA. Expensive. Listen, Southern California, and we'll do an awesome photo shoot and collab. Yeah, we do need some good photos that your girl doesn't have to edit. Yeah, we'll make sure to tan Liv so that she's super red, and I'm super red, so you have to edit the red out of our faces. Because that's what I have to do. We don't get tan, we just get red. But we should be talking about ghost hunting. So what was your experience at our 3 locations? Janelle, Jolene.
My experience?
Yeah, which place was your
was-
favorite?
Probably Fairfield.
Fairfield? Why?
Yeah. It was
Baby. This is
very
the Scorpio
active.
redhead. What'd you
She's
say? Very
fine.
active?
It was very active. Like, I don't know. I liked both Fairfield and Madison.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, I mean, were you expecting things to not be active? Because I have PTSD from Bel Air House.
Sort of, but like, because at
like-
the same time, like I've been to like Trans-Allegheny, which is
Right.
also very active,
And there's
but like
more people there.
there was way more people.
Being a house, there's more people that
Yeah.
stayed there, so it makes sense that it's more haunted, I guess.
Yeah.
So
So like even doing that one was like I wasn't as nervous or as I don't know scared. I don't think I was
what, doing Fairfield?
scared, more nervous. Yeah, especially up in the attic too. That was I didn't like
That was
being
cool
up
for
there.
you.
well, that and then like there was when we were just taking pictures at the end, and Russell had his Polaroid camera, and his flash went off. Like we just had all the lights off, and it was just his flash. And I thought I saw that shadow, in between those, like, you know, those two pillars, or all those pillars up
When
there
we're
on the one
in
side.
the attic. At
Yeah.
Fairfield.
Yeah. It was. I was looking at these pillars, and the flash went off, and I told him to do it again because I'm like, I don't know which way those shadows were casting, and I didn't see what I saw the first time the flash went off, and that freaked me out too. So I was like, okay.
Do you have the Polaroids? Did he get it in a Polaroid?
He didn't show me any of them.
Got you, because that's what was happening to me.
Yeah.
It was literally
they were
just
like
a head peeking out from behind those like pillars upstairs that were supporting the roof.
Yeah, like I was looking between, like I could see the wall behind it, and I could see the two pillars, and I could see it in between those two pillars. I was like, oh, well, time to go.
No, horrifying. Because literally upstairs, like, I don't normally see dark things physically, because that's, like, weird for your brain to be, like, accepting of, if that makes sense. It's easier to feel like there's someone standing next to you, because your brain's like, I see people all the time, it's fine.
Yeah.
Dark things are not like that. So when you see them, you're like, and that happened to me several times. I think I was on camera for most of them. My milkshake is coming.
Yay. Is River sensitive to spirits, ghosts?
Yes. Wait, did you give me
Maybe.
fries?
No.
Okay.
Did you ask for fries?
I said maybe, but I mostly just wanted a milkshake.
Oh, I think that was when you were connecting to the car, so I didn't hear you.
Oh, yeah.
And
Thanks.
talk about ghost hunting. Chat. Baby!
Yeah.
It is, though. That's all.
Baby, 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 baby. Yeah. What about Goatman Bridge? Y'all going? I would love to go to Texas. And when there's also the Hill House over there, because I think that's what Twin Paranormal did. They went to Goatman Bridge and then went to Hill House. Hill House is scary, dude.
Mm-hmm.
We just released that video. The second half is scarier because that's when the dude gets scratched.
Yikes.
Yeah, it's weird. But it'd be fun to go there. Yeah, we need to figure out our next locations. Where do you guys want to go?
Your mom's.
I don't think it's haunted
That-
there. My house is
it's not
I
haunted.
know where
but
she lives.
My parents' house is very quiet.
It is.
It is.
It is. Like when I used to take care of the pets there with Jenny,
Thanks.
it's like so quiet that it's scary.
It's very quiet. In a positive manner. Like,
Florida.
houses have energy. My parents' house's energy is very still. My house's energy is more Virgo-y, very calculated. Hi, Katie. Thank you so much. Katie looks to be like they have been a member for a second because they got a little basket with their ghost. We appreciate you. Thank you for the donation.
Bloody Bride Bridge. Sorry. in
Wisconsin.
Did you
Sure.
give a tease of where we're going next or no?
No, no one
I did-
knows
I just
other
wanted to read
than
that.
Patreon top tier people. They don't get to know that information.
Okay.
But we do need suggestions of places because we need more in the like slot or the order of go. If that makes sense.
Katie said that Selena Spooky Boo made an open invite to investigate her home in Canada.
Yeah, the only issue is that she's in Canada and we need passports.
I mean, I can get on that whenever you want me to.
Yes. I would be about it too. I really like Canada.
I've been there once. Niagara Falls.
I used to go there a lot. So, it was a fun time.
Crybaby Bridge. There's like a Crybaby Bridge like in every other
every
county.
state.
I was gonna say every other county in every
literally.
state.
Crybaby Bridge. Is it because like they hear babies crying or something.
I feel like some they did actually throw babies off the bridge to get rid of them back in the day or whatever.
Well, if you go
Who
to
knows?
Nevada, there's legends about water babies. Because they used to believe that the I think it's the Paiute clan, they used to believe that they would put their unwanted children into the lake, and they were angry that they were being put into the lake, but that I feel like is very much not true. But that's why there's a legend that if you go there at certain times, the water babies are going to pull you into Pyramid Lake. And you hear little children crying. They're like, if you see them, you're dead. If you hear them, you should run.
Penhurst Asylum. I've heard of that one. That'd be a cool one.
Is that in Pennsylvania?
I think so.
Okay. Yeah, we get a lot of the same stuff. Because, exactly. I was about to say that one. Devil's Rock. What is that?
I've heard
wait.
of that place.
Is that the huge tower place that's a rock?
That's Devil's Tower.
God damn it.
It's in Wyoming, and I'd love to go back. I've been
so
there.
Weird.
It's really cool. Dude, yeah, no, we should go there, honestly, if we're out that way. It's worth the sightseeing. It's like volcanic, like, rock or some shit that's formed. I don't know.
So is it a volcano? Or is it made from
used to be, or kind of made from. I'm probably explaining it all wrong, and I'm probably just wrong. So. But I've been there, and it was really cool. You would because you're able to like walk around the base of it, and I swear you would like take a dozen steps and look up, and it looked different because it's shaped different all the way around.
Weird.
Pretty cool. Highly recommend that. I highly recommend Badlands. I highly recommend Zion National Park. Anywhere in Yellowstone, you have to be there for days. But anyway, yeah. Grand Canyon, I want to go back there.
We've been recording the Earth's chakras because we have chakras, so the Earth would have chakras. And I keep telling Liv, we should just go to all of the chakras around the world. But yeah, I feel like our business is very broad, so we can do a lot of different things that are cool, which is not just ghost hunts, but let's go talk to trees in the redwood forest.
I want to see the Northern Lights.
Me too. We can talk to the Northern Lights. Because we can talk to wind. Why not the Northern Lights?
That's what I'm saying. There's a house called Lizzie Lincoln's House that is haunted, but they're tearing it down soon. Oh.
Well, that doesn't help.
It's a petrified tree stump.
Every time you guys talk about chakras, I think of Naruto, and I know I shouldn't, but I can't help it. I'm glad that you do. You're at the right place.
When is the Bigfoot investigation? Good question. We gonna camp in the middle of the woods?
Well, I still
think it'd be fun.
I think Olivia's dad has a hookup with some dude that we could, like, go to his property and go Bigfoot hunting.
Oh, sweet. And we could, like, camp in the middle of nowhere?
Yeah. Because he keeps asking Liv when the podcast is going to be released, so I might release that in the next few weeks about Bigfoot.
I wonder who Jenny Z is.
What? Jenny Z? Wow.
I don't know. Who can that be?
Just don't die, okay?
It's not like they're sitting in my living room right now.
Sorry.
Nothing will happen.
We talked to a Bigfoot in our podcast. It isn't out yet, but it will be.
Can't wait.
They're like, bring your spirit box. Mineral Springs Hotel. Yeah, apparently that's a popular place. Is that place haunted too? Because there's a lot of like talk about that. because it's like associated to the Hill House, because apparently the Hill House was like kind of a brothel-like place, and the hotel would the guests would use the brothel that was very close, which is the Hill House. So is that the reason why people are saying that?
I think so.
Mm-hmm.
Have
Well,
you
you
ever talked to
guys-
zombies?
Zombies. I don't know if I can talk to a zombie. I don't know what a zombie would be. Ask Liv. She doesn't like when you ask questions like that, and I think it's funny. Like when you ask her about mermaids, and she had a past life as a mermaid. And I was like, if you lived at the bottom of the ocean, you wouldn't be a mammal, right? So you would have been hatched from an egg, right? And she was like, I hate you. Stop. It's like, you were wait, it's calamari. No, it's not. It's caviar. You were caviar. Big caviar.
Wow.
She is part egg person.
Coral Castle.
What, you found a castle?
Somebody said Coral Castle, and I'm looking at it.
Where is that?
I don't know. I've not gotten that far.
I've written everything
Florida.
down.
It's in
It's
Florida.
in Florida. Sorry, I did go that far. I just didn't read.
Flashlight people. Should we go to Florida? I really want to go to
Yes,
Florida.
I was
too.
just gonna ask if the flashlight people were still there because it hasn't
Flashlight
gone
people.
off.
Are you here? Do you want us to talk about our ghost investigation and you'll interact with the flashlight? Because we stopped talking about it.
I should turn mine on.
Your flashlight?
Watch all of them go off with the music box and the REM pod, and
Yeah, I have cat balls in there too, but they're not going off. So
just put the music box in there.
that music box would be going off the entire time. Likes to tell me jokes. So, you got any other stories from our investigations?
Let's see. What else happened?
Like, what were you doing while we weren't together? Because you guys, we were doing at Fairfield. We were, we were doing a reaction video, and everybody else, other than Liv and I, went to go do more investigating stuff. What were you doing? Tell me all of the beats.
We went to the real doll room.
Okay. Good choice.
We talked to someone, but I don't remember who it was. It was supposed to be a girl, but then other things were coming in. And then Russell said something about, do you want us to leave? And it turned off immediately. So the flashlight turned off immediately. So
What
I
were
have
you
to
going to
rewatch
ask
the
them?
video. We weren't going to ask him anything. Russell just asked if you want us to leave. Like, go to a different room.
Well, did you ask anything beforehand, or you were just like, should we leave? And it went on.
I have to rewatch the video because I don't remember the questions. Because we were at...
Oh, so you did ask questions before that.
Yeah. No, we just went in the room like, hey, do you want us to leave this place already?
Yeah, that's
And
why
they're
I was
like,
like,
yeah,
what are
get
you
the hell
talking
out.
about?
They're like, yeah, just leave. We don't want you here.
Were you talking to a lady?
Yes, maybe. Hold on. I'll let you know in a second.
Okay.
I think so.
I feel like you were talking to the lady that was associated to the room across the hall, or away from the doll room that I saw. I don't remember what her name was.
I don't remember. Good luck, Samantha.
Have fun with your reading. M's camera just moved. I can tell you that it's literally clipped to my monitor because I can't get the clip off of it. So, because I could mount it to a tripod, but I can't get the clip off of it in order to do that.
So it's there forever.
Yeah, so it's going to be a clip forever. But it's fine, it's fine, it's fine. But I didn't touch it. Were they
good.
talking to a woman? What were you saying?
Nothing.
Okay. I tried. So you gotta ask a better question. Do I know it's a woman? They're like, don't ask the question in a different way. That's cheating.
That's cheating. It's not.
Yeah, I feel like you're talking to a woman with dark hair. It's long. And she was just kind of like, I don't know what questions you were asking, but she makes me feel like she was like, do you want me to answer these questions?
Yeah, we're asking a question. We're asking questions to see if it was a little girl, or are there kids in the room, or
Oh,
kids that ran up and down the hall. And mainly stuff about kids because they said kids weren't necessarily associated with the room, but they became associated with the room or something like that. I don't remember.
you were talking to a woman. You weren't talking to the kids.
Does her
So do you
name?
think
Does
you
her
were
name
talking to
begin
the
with an?
kids?
Does her name begin with an E? That's what I'm trying to remember. I'm just saying it over and saying it out loud to see if I remember.
Is her name Louise or something? I forget which place this is.
That was Franklin's
Fairfield.
Castle.
Franklin Castle. No, then I don't know. I don't remember what her name is. She's the lady that like her dress caught fire.
That was the woman above. That
Oh,
was the room
at
above us.
What do you mean? No, it wasn't.
Yeah, the actual doll room was on the floor where you guys were doing the recording. It was on
Yes,
the main floor.
where I saw her was across from the actual doll room.
So they went up to room 322.
Yeah, she was still talking to them. I'm not saying that they
Oh.
weren't, but I'm saying you were
okay.
talking to that girl and not children.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that makes sense.
Oh,
I have
was
to
that
watch
the
the
room
video
for?
again.
Was that Emily's room? No,
Yeah.
I think that was Madison. I can't remember which
Susie.
doll room.
It's supposed to be Susie.
Oh, it's Susie. Okay, but we thought it was
Susie,
Emily.
Sarah, Emily.
Dude, I don't know. I don't know what it is, but every time we go to a place, they're like, this room is filled with toys for like a girl. It's usually filled with dolls and dollhouses, and they're like, there is a child that haunts this house, supposedly, but we think it's a dark thing, so that's why we fill this room with toys. And I'm like, why are you all afraid of like children's spirits?
Yeah.
I think more so because I don't know. I mean, you hear a child's laugh or you hear an adult's laugh. Which one's scarier?
Depends.
You're in a room by yourself, alone, dark, and you hear a child's laugh.
I'm gonna be honest. You wouldn't be scared if you heard anyone laughing. You were home alone. Fight me. Anyone.
True.
Literally. If you heard a disembodied laugh, it does not matter. Yes, I know people are more scared of like children associated to death because obviously that's horrific. But it's just always so weird because they manifest a scary poltergeist version of the child that they see.
That's what I was just gonna say. I feel like it's like people think children are innocent, so people think dark things just morph into being children, and it's a dark thing immediately. Even though half the time,
Yeah,
it's
there's
not.
a stereotype that demons will use the innocence of children to get them to trust you. However, you are creating that energy for the most
Right.
part. Like there are times where it's not like that, but I haven't had that experience yet. Yeah. It's weird. Casually close the bedroom door and say, everything's fine. That's what I'm saying. If you hear disembodied voices, it don't matter if it's girl, boy, whatever, adult, old man, doesn't matter. It's scary still. But people have a hard time associating children with being past, so they put their emotions into it, which then creates all of the scared energy to manifest things. You know, the use.
Jenny, stop commenting. What? Oh, I didn't see it.
Oh.
Jenny's being a mod for us.
In the blue? What do you mean he's gone?
Jenny was answering a question someone asked.
Yeah, I know. But I'm being
She's just being a
sassy because you're
moderator.
gone.
Okay, I'll be back. Hold on. I'm back.
It's the
I
guy
never
in
left.
blue. Sorry. When are you going to start streaming, Anthony?
When I'm not lazy.
Excuses.
Pretty much.
You already have someone that will watch you. It's me.
I'll stream, watch, do whatever. I'll play whatever game. Play
What
any
other
game.
stories you got for me while I was not there?
While you weren't there?
Yeah. Or just in general, I don't care. Whatever you want to tell me. Because it's going to be surprised when I edit it.
I'm trying to
else
think. When we were in the attic, obviously at Fairfield. I don't know if Olivia told you, but we heard the chains moving.
Yeah, she did tell me that.
The
She was
chains
like-
were
hear about
moving.
that.
She was like, I don't know if it was like the lookout house thing jingling or like what. And I was like, it doesn't
Oh, that.
sound like chains.
No,
'Cause
it
I was
sounded
in
like
there.
someone was
Chris-
moving around.
Yeah, I was in there for a long time. Did not hear chains.
Yeah, it sounded like someone. It was right when Russell was saying like, "It's me. Don't turn around," and then you heard like the chains hitting the wall, and it was terrifying. I'm getting the chills right now talking about it.
Same.
Yeah, it was pretty nuts. That attic is no joke. With like, if you're sensitive and you're just trying to like figure things out and you're scared and or on edge, it's not a joke.
No, not at all.
Well, I don't know. If we go to the Conjuring house, I still think that will be worse, but I don't know. Because I still have bet energy because of Bel Air House. Bel Air House was very bad for our mentality because we're going to do dumb stuff. And when I say we, I mean me.
I think
Bet.
I'm telling you, you just needed me there to be scared.
Well,
Because
too bad
of
you didn't
all the-
come. You're the one that told us to go to Bel Air House.
I want to go back to it.
Put Liv in the attic alone. I think we have a like ultimatum on there that if we get 300,000 likes, that Liv will go back there and go somewhere alone. And I think it's the basement. But she told me she's more scared of the attic, which I believe because we walked up there and there were like tiny dark things up there.
Hey, you just needed someone with a little bit of fear.
I don't believe that.
I do, because the dark thing that was standing behind me with the guy standing in front of the dark thing in my house.
Yeah, but like even Sam and Colby when they went to Bel Air House didn't get a lot. And I mean, I guess they
yeah.
were talking to dark things, but it's not the same as if they were to go to like Madison Seminary or something like big with a lot of people. So
I don't know. I feel like a lot of stuff was just manifested there, and the grounds it's on. Other
Where?
than that, I mean, Bel Air House.
Yeah, it was. They had poltergeists there, which is a manifestation of negative energy.
I just read someone's comment. I need googly eyes so I can look at the Cookie Monster.
Yeah, that's true.
That's funny.
Yeah, people are like, I vote Hogwarts streams. I'm scared.
I'll do it. I don't care.
Yeah, watch him, but he also says he's too lazy, so. I'm
can
scared
stream
to
right
do
now.
Hogwarts because I'm scared that people will bully me, and I just don't have the mental capacity, even though I'll go to the Conjuring House basement alone. You think I'll do it?
See, I want this in writing.
If we ever get a chance to do that, I don't think you will do that.
I might be okay if someone walked me down there and then left and then walked me back up.
So here's the thing.
That's how I want to be left alone, is when, like, somebody walk me there and then leave me.
Yeah, see, I would feel better if someone did that with me too. Like, I don't want to just walk there by myself and be like, "Hey, I'm terrified of every little creak and crack that I am walking." Like, no.
I also think I'd be okay if I walked down there, but I would need someone to walk back up the stairs with me.
You walk back up the
Yeah.
stairs, the door locks, Beelzebub.
Beelzebub. Oh, we could walk down there with Beelzebub. He'll keep me safe. I know that that's like counterintuitive to what people think, but I sold my soul to him, so it's fine. He can't have anything else. Yeah, people think Beelzebub is in the basement of the Conjuring House because of Sam and Colby's video. Beelzebub's a like fallen angel, so he like has a job that he's doing. Can he be like put himself in the Conjuring basement? Yes. Does that make it scaredly haunted? No, not necessarily. Yeah, I don't know. There's people that work with Beelzebub, like they work with deities or like Archangel Michael. So it's not a big deal. But I think he's a cool guy, so I sold my soul to him. I should stop telling people that, but it's really funny. I can't help it. Because he thinks it's funny.
Thinks it's funny.
We have all learned our zodiac signs, and we know not to challenge you, Em. Don't challenge an Aries. Because I sat in the attic of Fairfield. Because we watched a reaction video of Sam and Colby at Fairfield, and apparently they, like, literally chained Sam up in the attic, and we both watched it, and I was like, dude, I would be just scared to be chained up. Like, what if I couldn't get out of the chains?
Mm-hmm.
And he's like,
some of these big. Go ahead.
Mhm. Nope,
Go
say
ahead.
it.
I see some of these big places. I'd be afraid, like I couldn't find my way back if I'm left alone,
Right?
like a maze. So that's why I'd be like, I wouldn't move.
See, I'm the type of person where if I hear like footsteps are running towards me, I'm running. I'm gone. I'm not going back in the building. You'll see me on the highway.
I'm a fawn type of person.
If I get charged, yeah, I'm gone.
Yeah, I don't know. I might be able to go down to the Conjuring basement. If we batch a Conjuring house with another place and we go to somewhere that's just as scary and something scares me beforehand, I might change my mind, but I'm gonna put my big girl pants on. And when I say my big girl pants, my fire Aries pants. What are you laughing at?
He said, "Run when he hears heels."
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm just gonna sit there in a corner. Then, yeah, I'm good.
Should
I
I
just
go
pretend-
into the Conjuring basement? Turn that on for no.
That's a good way of wording it.
Turn that on for yes. I don't think there's anyone that's gonna do it.
Turns on and breaks.
Catches on fire.
Cat balls start floating.
Mm-hmm. It's like trying to focus my camera.
It sounded like chains. You can definitely tell the difference between the two. It sounded like chains.
Well, yeah.
Caitlin. And like, if you ever heard like chains just dragging on the ground or like tapping a wall, that's what it sounded like.
Oh, did it sound like chains or old keys hitting each other? Yeah, because there's like a lookout, which is in the middle of the attic, and there are like stairs that went up to it. In the building up there, like the lookout itself, the walls were made out of like this aluminum metal sort of thing. So it was making this like clicking noise. However, the clicking noise very much does not sound like chains. Should you go into it or should you go into it alone? Okay. Should I go into the Conjuring House basement alone? There's no one back there.
There's no one back there.
Send Anthony alone to the Bel Air house.
Boy, bye.
You think he would do it? Jenny Z.
If you have a question, moderator, you can put it in the chat.
We're answering it. What do you mean?
No, Jenny, she's yelling for me to do something now.
Oh, no, it says,
While typing.
send Anthony alone in the Bel Air house. Love, Jenny Z.
Yeah.
I could see you going to the Bel Air house alone. It'd be fine. There's nothing.
Hey,
Just turn the heat off. They won't have any energy to do anything to you. Just turn the heat off.
Let's see an ultimatum and I'll do it.
Where are you going?
Jenny Z is asking me to come here.
Is she telling you secrets? Secrets are no fun. Unless you tell everyone. Jenny used to tell me that when I was a kid. Well, not me. The people that were mean to us.
Oh, jeez.
I love how when we start talking to them and asking them questions, they're no longer there.
Yeah.
Are you there?
No.
Well, I asked them one question. The only question I asked them was, are they associated to the places that we went to? Because they don't look like the spirits that are like around my house normally. But yeah. But I haven't seen them in a while. Like, I haven't been aware of them. I keep people's secrets. That's why they tell me. No, I'm talking about when someone is in front of you. There's two of your friends in front of you, and they're talking to each other, but not you. That bullshit. That's what I'm talking about. That was my friends when I was little. When they talk about you because they stare and point, but they don't say what they're saying to you. They say it in front of you to someone else. That's when you use that
Hey, good
rhyme.
night. You want
Bye,
to wave
AJ.
bye. Say bye.
Bye. It's bedtime for AJ.
You say bye?
Baby.
Athena, that's rude. Yeah. It is rude, isn't
Say
it?
bye. Bye.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Because I don't tell people secrets either. But if you're going to be an ass, that's what we're talking about.
Give me mama. Here. There you go. If I stream for a week straight
Mm-hmm.
and I reach my partnership goals,
Mm-hmm.
I'll go there alone.
Alone?
Alone?
Alone.
Alone. That'd be fun.
I'll
What
do
do
it
you have to
alone.
reach?
I would,
How many
Let me
people?
see.
I say, isn't it near, whatchamacallit, West Virginia State Penitentiary?
Bel Air houses?
I think.
Got you. Yeah, I think it's in Ohio too, which I don't know why
Like
there's
right
so
on
many
the
haunted
border.
places in Ohio,
Fucking.
but it's by the river. So it's on the
Yeah,
edge
it's
of
up-
Ohio.
yeah.
Which
In
edge,
order-
I don't
I
know.
wouldn't- I was gonna say it'd probably be the edge where you don't want to be drinking any water, but you know.
All right.
So,
Because I
All
think
right.
it's south from there.
yeah,
Here we
I'm
go.
bad at that. Directions.
Other than the followers I have now on Twitch, I need to gain 50 new followers.
Okay.
I can
Have
be one of those.
3 simultaneous viewers for 30 days straight, or
Okay.
for within the last 30 days. I have to stream for 500 minutes and at least 7 days.
How many is 500 minutes?
60.
Dude, why don't I have service? Can we talk about that? That's cool. 500 hours divided by
I believe it's a total of
500 minutes, right? So it's 8
yeah.
hours.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I can do that in a day. I just need people to follow and watch.
They say, what are you going to stream, though? Hogwarts?
Anything you want. Reactions,
Hogwarts.
scary games, fun games, competitive games. I'll play with you guys. I don't care.
Do Hogwarts. But start it over.
See, we can play Hogwarts, but I have to check my specs on my PC just to make sure I can stream, have Discord open, and play Hogwarts. Because it takes up a lot of CPU.
Yeah, I don't know
And
if my
GPU.
computer can handle things. We should just upgrade my computer. Business expense.
Let's see. I wonder if I can do it if I do it right now.
Because I think I'm having issues with the game that I want to play. So, I don't know.
Yeah, we're gonna have to play with that.
Yeah,
Because
let me go
literally
change
it's just-
Parker's diaper and I'll go check it out.
What'd you say?
Phone less service. Okay, listen. Okay, well, we're talking about phone service and whatnot. When we got to Madison Seminary, we were outside taking pictures and we were waiting for Em and Liv to show up. And my phone, I have an iPhone. I think it's, I don't know, an 11. I don't even know. It's one of the newer ones.
Mhm.
And never had any issues. It's frozen up a couple times, like maybe 2 or 3 times. And
Yeah.
it was like half frozen. I could touch things on the screen, but I couldn't like lock the screen to like turn my screen off or like hold the volume up button and the lock button to restart it or
Yeah.
turn it off. And it freaked me out because I'm like, I need my phone and it's not doing anything a phone is supposed to do.
I'm
And
going
then
to call you the
Yeah,
next
the-
day.
yeah, the guide was like, that happens here. And I was like, oh, interesting.
That happened.
Yeah.
Oh,
I mean,
I
like-
didn't hear that.
Yeah,
That's normal?
And that place, yeah, for that place, it's normal to have unknown bug issues with your phone.
Yeah, that's what she said when we were there. I was like, for real? And I was like, I mean, I don't know. It could have been something, but
I was
I
calling
was,
her.
I was just taking pictures.
I was calling Janelle and she wasn't. Her phone wasn't ringing.
Yeah,
But
it wasn't even
ringing.
going through.
Like
Yeah, it was-
going through, but
it
it was
was-
ringing.
It was, you could feel, my brother said he could feel it vibrating, but nothing popped up on the screen. But you could still swipe through like the home screen and like the apps, but it wouldn't do anything. It was really weird. I don't know.
Yeah, I was there
'Cause-
when that was happening, but I didn't know
I was
it
freaking
was
out.
normal for that to happen there.
Yeah.
Yeah, that place was weird. That place was heavy. Madison Seminary.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we have a lot of videos. So, okay.
Phone.
Would you guys prefer really long ghost hunting videos that are like an hour and a half long? Or would you like me to split them into parts that are like an hour long? Which would you prefer? Long. Long. Cool.
Long ones.
Because it like stresses me out. Because I don't know if people want them long. Because on YouTube, you normally see videos that are 30 minutes long. And that's like a long video. So when I put a video out that's an hour and 30 minutes long, I'm like, no one's going to watch it. So,
Episodes get lost in the shuffle
got you. Yeah.
if you forget about it. Yeah.
Yeah, I realize that, and it happens, but it brings in more. What I've figured out with YouTube, long videos have a hard time bringing more people into your channel, but it supports the people that are already there. Which is why I've been splitting reaction videos again. Because for whatever reason, they do better when they're split. And reaction videos are searchable, so. But I can do it for ghost hunts, because otherwise we would just be posting ghost hunting the same video over and over and over again for like weeks. You know? Like if I put Fairfield into like 6 parts. We have a lot of content.
It's a lot. It's a lot.
It is a lot. Yeah,
I really just can't get over that music box.
I can't believe this went on to validate that it was happening, because Anthony was like, the music box, we heard it, but it wasn't going off.
You could hear it like out of the room. It was wild.
Yeah.
I was like, that's not something good that can like mimic things.
So I'll show you guys our new fancy music box. That gives me nightmares now.
It's the same one that Sam and Colby have. They got the one that we have, which was, I feel like, a mistake, because that thing's... It's not as good, I feel like.
And like we were getting responses on that in the morgue, and it would just go off like one little note. Like for yes, it would just go bing, like,
This
yep,
is
I'm
all I
still
hear
here.
all
Like,
night.
oh, okay.
Yeah.
I wonder if it'll go off in my
do you have
house.
to chew that on my chair?
There's a man that will talk to you in your house.
Yeah, I'm putting it away. Never mind.
Oh!
Oh.
What, you don't want to talk to the man?
You want to talk to him for me?
Yeah, I can.
Go ahead.
You gotta have that music box on.
Damn it. Yeah, this is the only piece of equipment I can bring to the Bel Air house.
What, the
Just
music
that.
box? That'd be funny.
Yeah.
Because that's the thing.
Don't
you're
worry,
scared
the
of.
REM pod won't work.
Yeah, I don't think the music box will either. I don't think anything
Let's
will
keep
work, but it's fine.
Running.
Just a couple flashlights. That's it. That's all I need.
I put my AirPods in and just talk really loud.
It says, try talking to Abraham Lincoln, Ghost M for a video. We talked to Einstein, which is pretty cool. I think Liv won't be able to talk to Abraham. I think she likes Abraham too much, so she would fangirl. Not that she doesn't like Abraham Lincoln, because she fangirled a lot when that was happening. But we were talking about time travel and relativity, which is an idea that was coined by Einstein.
I swear to God, if this thing goes off behind me.
If there's a dude behind him, make it go off. I don't know that we'll be able to hear it, will we?
I'm going to turn off noise cancellation.
Oh, okay.
I had a music
Uh,
box go off
hold
in
on,
my
can you hear
house
my
and almost
keyboard?
pooped my pants.
Can
Yes.
you hear that? Okay, you'll hear the music box if it goes off.
Okay, is there a man that wants to talk? Hi, Jay. What's your question? Unless you want to ask the man that's in Anthony's house a question, because that would be funny too.
If there's a man in my house standing behind me, can you set the music box off? It'd scare the shit out of me.
Is there someone
Or-
behind you?
Just my cat meowing now.
What's your cat?
Yeah,
Thought it was your child.
she's very loud.
I have needs.
She's gonna set it off and scare me. I already know it.
Time is relative. Well,
Oh.
we were talking about time travel and how everyone is time traveling technically, because you are moving through time and space at 1 second per second. So the idea of relativity is based upon the idea that, or the interaction between moving through space and moving very quickly. So Einstein gave the idea that, like, there's something called time dilation, which would be something that would allow, like, time travel to happen or be able to happen. Which time dilation is based upon how fast an object is moving through space versus the gravitational pull of something. So, for example, something that we would know today is the satellites. The satellites around us are moving at a different speed than we are, and they are also at a different gravitational pull than we are. So the time that is happening within the space, the space satellites, is different than it is here. So they have to use a formula in order to calculate it when you're using a GPS and stuff like that. So technically, theoretically, time travel could be possible, but
Come on.
there's ideas surrounding the...
Oh, you fucking cat. Oh my god.
There's ideas surrounding...
Oh my god. That scared me. The flashlight turned on and then she walked past. Oh. Yeah. Woo. Sorry.
Yeah, so the idea is that you can time travel to the future, but you can't time travel to the past because that would create paradoxes. But that's what our video is about, and that's when we talk to Einstein. You're welcome. Jay says, are there spirits around me at my school and or home? I'm feeling things a lot more recently, and my brain goes, brr. Yes, but it's not normal. You're just perceiving them. Does that make sense to you? Because every single person has a soul around them. That's why when you go to like an apartment or a hotel or a place that has a lot of physical people, like living people, they have souls around them. So they have souls around them all the time. So when you are in a place with a lot of physical alive people, the place usually is more haunted because there's more physical energy in order to manifest paranormal activity to happen, like poltergeisty throwing shit across the room. But also there's just more souls that are around you. So do you have another question? Because I feel like there's always a man with you, and then when you go to school, there's a woman. Yeah. So Jay says yes. So does that mean me living with a crap ton of people in a dorm is why I'm like, yes, exactly. Lots of people on one spot. Lots of energy. My boyfriend's playing Destiny too. I just got the notification. What do they look like? Who? The man or the woman? Kat is saying pay attention to me. Both. I feel like the man might be related to you, because that's why he follows you around. He has brown hair. It's short. He's kind of skinny. And the woman I would like to look a certain way, but I don't know if it's actually what she looks like. So she has lighter colored hair. She's short, like petite. And she has like a skirt on or a dress. And I'm telling you this based on what I can hear from her shape, because I'm having a hard time making a picture of her. I feel like if you say you're in a dorm, I feel like she's associated to the dorm. Like, not a person there, but the dorm itself. Like, she went there or something. But I don't know. Liv and I both went to a haunted school, but I also am not, I wouldn't put it past all colleges to be haunted. For the reason I just told you guys. Bushy Mountain Penitentiary. Where's that? I think we looked at that too. I forget which state it's in.
That sounds like... is it Virginia or West Virginia?
Virginia.
Virginia? I don't remember.
Jay says, interesting, not sure about the man because I don't know of anyone in my family being passed, unless it's my deceased unborn sibling. It's not. He's younger, but also age is funny for me because I would like people to look like my age. So I make them look my age. I feel like he is not someone you would know. I just think he's related to you. And he follows you around because he's helpful for you. He's kind of like my grandfather, but he's not a guardian angel. He's just like a spiritual teacher for you in some way, shape, or form. He helps you do things. The woman makes sense because the school has been around since the 1800s and women started coming in the 80s. Jay says, interesting. That's so cool. Yeah, I don't know if you know him. I'm really bad at figuring out who I'm talking to. But I can tell you it's not like a grandfather or like a grandfather you would know, because usually they will at least tell me that they're an old man or old woman to give me the idea that they're like your grandfather, your great-grandfather. He looks like he's in his 40s. 40s or 50s. He's like not 50. I don't know who he is. But he's got nice energy. I have a lot of distant cousins on my father's side, so yeah, it's a lot of times the souls around us, it's easier when they don't have like a physical connection to you, because it's easier for them to do things without a sort of bias. That's the best word I can use to describe it. So a lot of times I'll see people's like guardian angels, and they're like distant relatives or like distant people that they don't usually have a connection to. But it's how it is. Have you ever thought about doing past life readings? We actually have a past life reading that is exclusively for patrons. It might be all like sold out, unavailable, because Liv is taking some time off, and it is a reading with both her and I. But if you're a patron, it's an exclusive service. I personally like long videos. Okay, that makes me feel better. Because the two kinds of videos that do very well, that are searchable, are reaction videos and ghost investigations. So I'm trying to figure out how to make a long video and it not be boring. So I need like to figure out the pacing of a long video, which I'm trying to do. I feel like Wilson Castle was done pretty well. So I'm trying to figure out how to do it like that. I think lots of schools are haunted. It's because there's a lot of people in one spot. Janelle.
Yeah.
Once our stream is over, we should try to figure out how to play this game for next week.
Yeah.
Once the stream is over, you're gonna talk to this man that's behind me. You said.
Well, did the music box go off?
When Stella.
Oh, so no. Do you guys do tarot readings? yes, I am tarot reader. Here's tarot cards. Sometimes I do them during stream, but that day is not today. I'm also thinking about opening pre-recorded readings, but the readings will be smaller. It'll be like 3-card readings or 6-card readings, but I gotta figure that out because people keep asking me, and I'm like, I could do like little readings, but it's a lot. I have a lot of things that I gotta do. I really just need my friends to work for me. But we're not at that point yet. Good night, y'all. I really enjoyed the behind the scenes. Glad we can give you the spoilers of our ghost investigation. What else didn't we share about that?
There's a few things.
Because we talked about the attic in both places. We did solo stuff in the Franklin Castle. I don't know if anything happened for anyone else. Is that true?
I mean, we heard footsteps when we were in that one room. Like the high heels.
Oh,
I
yeah.
played I Spy with children spirits. I had flashlights, so I set up 2 flashlights, and I told them to find an object in the room, and I kept guessing what object it was. So I was like, is it blue? Is it behind me? Is it in front of me? Is it a lamp? And they would turn the flashlight on for yes or no, and I won 3 rounds. And then I saw a shadow figure in the doorway, and I was like, this is interesting. So I started talking to the shadow figure that was telling me that they were the essence of the house. But there are certain aspects of the house that have a lot of energy, which could be perceived as like poltergeisty stuff, which is like noisy ghost stuff, moving shit from place to place. But it's interesting that I could see it as a like solid being, which is interesting. It's probably me making it up or like processing it. But when we went to, what was the place that had the hospice floor? Oh, that was Madison Seminary, right?
Yeah.
The reason why I say that is because when we were on the hospice floor, that's when I saw a similar thing in Madison Seminary. But they were like huge. Like this big black shadow thing that like walked on all 4s because it was too tall to stand in the place. Which is crazy because it was like vaulted ceilings or like really tall ceilings. But it was like walking through the place, and it gave me the feeling of, you know, those blind moles, what are they called? Badger moles in Avatar that like taught the people how earthbending worked. It was like that. Like a very all-knowing kind of presence. What were you gonna say?
That was the same thing that was in the basement as well.
But it was different energy down there because down there was scary.
And then, I don't know, I think a couple of us kept smelling cigarettes as well.
Well, you said that, and then I could smell cigarettes because we were in the hospice floor and there was a man. And that's when Liv was like, those dang Democrats is all their fault. Because he's a very conservative man.
They told me to quit, and I told them
told me to quit smoking, and I told them it's all dang Democrats. It's funny. He was Liv was a good representation of this dude.
Yeah, it was it's good.
Yeah, he was hilarious. Absolutely hilarious. Is there anything else you guys that we missed?
Well, we heard those footsteps during the walkthrough.
Of what place?
Well, both times.
Oh, okay.
The one we don't know, it could have been that window, but I still feel like it sounded different than the window.
Yeah, I saw a dude.
Guide. Yeah.
Yeah,
And
we went to Fairfield. I'll tell that story. But Fairfield, we went on the tour, and our guide's name was Patience. and we were walking through the like men's wing, and she starts talking about, I don't know what she was talking about, but we started hearing this like footstep clicking noise behind us that was loud. So she kept telling us that she would play hide and clap in Marco Polo with the souls, which is like kind of scary.
Yeah.
So she would like loudly clap and see if they would clap back. But we got some like feedback from that, which is interesting. And then what was the other part? Because I don't think I was on the tour for
Yeah,
that.
you weren't on the tour for the other one, but which floor? Or I don't know if we were on the third floor. Were we next to the men's bathroom, Anthony, when we heard where you guys heard the footsteps behind you, and then we heard other footsteps coming down the hall, or like this weird bang, and the guide, what was her name, Shelly? She had to she took off down the hall, and she was like, "What was that?" I'm like, "Dude, I don't know. You tell me. We're all standing right here."
Yeah, we were standing over by the bathroom, the men's bathroom, and then there was like a bang. We heard the footsteps, like the shuffling behind us, and then she heard a bang and towards the steps, like the stairwell, like someone was like walking up or something, dropped something or opened something. Mm-hmm. But there was nothing.
Interesting.
She like went down the hall to like check, because she like called out for somebody else's name, and like nobody responded, and we were all standing right there. She went the other way, and we're like, okay.
Yeah, because someone else was there with her as well in the house across.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Makes sense.
No hide and clap conjuring like.
Yeah, right?
My Twitch works.
Were you expecting it not? Oh, because you're testing the game and Discord and Twitch.
I was trying to see if I was trying a smaller game out first to see how it goes and how smooth it is.
Well, what kind of computer do you have? What processor and stuff you got in there? Don't you have a nice computer?
Yeah, I have a nice computer, but I'm not nice to my computer.
Do you like overclock it?
No, I have to delete a bunch of stuff.
Oh, that's what you mean. Because I was like, what do you mean by you're not nice to it?
Yeah, no, I just have to delete a couple of files and stuff like that and update some stuff. Like, I just have to update the latest driver since I last updated it like a month ago.
I can't wait for these videos. Liv is good comic relief. She does that so that she doesn't lose it.
Yeah.
Because she's scared.
See, we also didn't mention about that one door closing.
Oh, that was so cool. Thank you.
That's what I was saying.
Sorry,
The door closed. I didn't mention the full thing.
We all walked in that room. That door didn't move.
Yeah, you guys didn't touch the door,
out.
right?
Russell was literally standing in the doorway, and I was behind him, and you guys like, this door is shutting, and I'm like, okay, Russell, move so we can get out of the room, so this door can like not shut in our face. Thanks.
Yeah, so I was standing in the hallway the whole time. I turned around when you guys were leaving, and the door started moving by itself. I'm like,
it
okay,
was very kind.
I thought maybe like
spirit,
I thought someone's shoe like hit it or something. But you didn't hear a noise. You didn't see anybody touch it. No one was near it, and it just closed.
Yeah, Russell's gonna have to look back and double check. But he was literally standing like almost shoulder to the left side of the door frame, and the door was over here, and I was behind him. And you guys like, dude, this door is shutting. So like, unless one of you guys in front of touched it, we don't think.
How heavy that door is and stuff, though.
Yeah, that too.
Going by itself very slowly.
Very slowly, yeah. And the guide said that when that spirit doesn't want to talk, he'll close the door.
Yeah, and right before that, that's when Liv was saying, oh, his mom doesn't want us to talk to him. And that's when the door started closing.
I got chills again.
Right? Because I asked...
He was a very sweet spirit, but, you know.
Well, when we were in that back room with the that one patient that like sees hallucinations, the man that was talking for him, I was asking him if the door moved like us moving it or if the soul did it, and he was talking
came on
about
immediately.
Yeah, he was talking about how we gave the physical energy in order for the soul to manifest the door closing. Which is how that usually works. It's physical energy mixed with spiritual energy. So when a soul thinks about it, it can happen as long as it has the physical energy behind it. So since we were walking through it, that was the energy it needed.
Mm-hmm.
But it was crazy.
Because like I was up against that wall, there was no way like
Yeah,
you
it
know,
was
the
so
door was over
passive
there.
too. Like fully
Yeah.
closed too.
Mm-hmm.
It was
Like
a
we walked
little
out and it
weird.
just continued to just shut.
Yeah, no, I watched it close and like I was just like I was
Also
like,
the
did that
move,
just
I'm like,
happen?
dude,
Literally, did
get
that just
out of
happen?
that was
Jesus.
wild.
Yeah.
Hey Tara.
We also talked to another soul. I liked this soul a lot because I forgot about all of the rooms because we went into each one of the rooms. The first room that we went into, because they brought me in here and I knew nothing, and we walked into this room and that was when I was doing my mediumship walkthrough, and I'm like, there's someone hiding behind this wall here. So when we do the investigation, we go into this room and I'm like, there's a girl in here and I like her. She's kind of similar to me. And she was explaining to Liv that she was hiding behind the like wall because they were in a high security aspect of the like asylum part of the building. So it is customary, I don't know, that word, that they have to be away from the door because the people coming into the door, like the staff or whatever, they are worried that they might get like jumped or like get hurt by these patients because it's high security. So they always ask for the patient to be on the back side of the room farthest away, because all the souls that I walked in there, they were like in the back corner of the room. But we were talking to her and she was interesting because I was seeing the residual energy of her moving throughout the space, but also like she wanted to talk about cute little things, like she liked crystals and she liked this and that, and she has a sister and that type of thing. So she was cute. Kristen says, how can I connect more with my spiritual energy? I've been religious for a while, but looking to become more spiritual. Thanks for the super chat. I have a lot of people ask about the religious thing. Religion isn't the thing that is against the spiritual side of things. So I believe that all religion is accurate. It's plausible. Everything is consistent. The only thing that's the issue with organized religion is when they start separating people. So for example, if you do bad things, you're going to hell. That is separation of people. That is not true. It is very much fear-mongery. So it's not that you have to leave religion in order to become more spiritual. It's just understanding like separation is an illusion and focusing on the aspects of religion that bring us together, because that's what it's supposed to be doing. So your question of how can I connect more with spiritual energy? So I'm asking your spirit guides. They make me feel like you're clairsentient, so you feel energy. You feel it and know it, and you're clairaudient, so you talk about it. So other people, it's like you can feel their emotions and know what to do about it, but you try to block it out. I feel like you would like to not experience all of their emotions, so you try to like filter the information. But I feel like you have the psychic feeling, which is feeling of people's emotions or feeling physical sensations. And you also have a clairaudience, which allows you to process information. Clairaudience is psychic hearing, which usually translates to like an inner monologue or being able to talk in your head. I feel like you like to talk about things outwardly in order to understand them better. And then the psychic knowing, it's called claircognizance. That is the like, it's kind of feels like an assumption or like you just know information. I feel like that's behind the emotions that you get. So you feel an emotion and you know why you're feeling it. So those are your gifts that are going to help you connect more with spiritual energy. So I hope that answers your question. She says, yes, that makes sense. I like Yes, that makes sense. Like, I feel like emotions are overwhelming. Yeah. So, we have 5 more minutes. Did you guys like our stream? Sorry it wasn't video games. I also didn't post on my story saying that we're live. But it's fine. What was I gonna say? Next week we'll try to play the game if my computer will cooperate. And I'm gonna use the same thumbnail because I'm gonna change this fun thumbnail to be something else. Because clearly it doesn't make any sense right now. So, eventually this will go up as a replay and it will look different. But it'll be us talking about our ghost investigations because that's what we did the entire time, other than our half-hour chat of how we can't make our game work. It is what it is. It's a choice. Loving the stream. Is there any truth to hemisync or 7th octave, or is that all flub? I don't know what either of those things are. You got anything else to say, you two?
Don't go to Fairfield alone.
Go to Fairfield alone. Go sit in the morgue.
Yeah, go sit in the attic alone at 3:00 in the morning.
And we
Like
weren't
me.
even allowed in the autopsy room there.
It's
So
'cause
maybe
it was
you'll get
cold.
some... I know. I had to
Yeah.
keep the pipes warm or something.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just stand in the corner and listen.
In the morgue.
And then the morgue. And then go up to the 4th floor and sit there.
What? In the dark, in the attic, in the
In the
dungeon,
attic.
in the
Just sit up
spiraling
there.
pit of dark things.
See,
Yeah.
really, any of these places, like, you could just be sitting in the hallways and... Or just in any of the rooms, and you would just hear things.
Because the whole building is busy because there's so many people.
Mhm.
So, makes sense.
It's just a wild experience.
Blub.
All right.
All right, what?
If our Fairfield video gets 5K likes, we should go back and we should all do solo missions.
Hold on.
As long as
How
somebody
many
drops
views
me
do we
off.
normally get?
I just looked. It was 2K likes on Wilson Castle.
Oh,
Okay.
so likes.
Hold on.
So
Give me
likes,
a
and we'll go
second.
back and do solo missions. Because really, I think out of the 3, that one was probably,
Yeah.
from what I could tell, the most intense. And plus, they have the buses outside that was used in American Horror Story and like the clown episodes. Those
I
buses,
know.
they were cool to look at. So yeah,
Our
Dude, I
most
highly
watched
recommend
video
going there.
has 7,000 likes. So it is possible.
Yeah, reasonable. 5K likes. We'll go back. We'll do
Not
solo missions.
300,000 likes. Catherine says,
I'll poop
can
myself, but it'll be fine.
can you help me determine how I knew someone from work in our past life? Was it a romantic relationship? Was it the point of meeting them now? Oh, what is the point of meeting them now? Dyslexia is fine. Okay, hold on. Interesting. My first question is, how do you know them from a past life? That's my first question. And are you talking about... Sorry, I don't know. Are you talking about a man or a girl now? Because I'm trying to figure out what I'm seeing. Because I feel like it might be a woman that you're talking about that you work with. And then the man is the past life. Or maybe I'm mixing that up. I don't know. Or maybe I'm completely wrong entirely. but I'm very confused. Well, thank you for the super chat. Preesh. Love seeing M's brain working. What, my eyes going back and forth? Because it usually is just, you know? I have to do repetitive motions to shut off half of my brain. Who's Jenny talking to?
Her sister, I believe.
She talks to her a lot, don't she?
Yeah, and very loud.
Well, I mean, I used to talk to Jenny
Ow.
every day after school. Every single day. To the point where my mom had to tell me that no one is on the phone past 9 o'clock, so I wasn't allowed to be on the phone past 9 o'clock.
I know she told me that.
Yeah, because I was like, well, if no one's allowed to be on the phone past 9 o'clock, then why do I have someone to talk to?
That
it was
and what,
bad.
Toontown?
We would play games together. She took me, we played Pirates of the Caribbean or something for a while, and she would play a lot more than me, so she would bring me to like the level, way bigger level than me, and I would just be screaming, running around because there's like giant crabs that are trying to kill me, and I'm like, why did you bring me here?
That's hilarious.
Yeah, but every single day, the second I got home from school, we would call each other and we would just talk until 10 o'clock at night.
I mean, you guys
remember
also
those
known
days.
each other since like what?
I've known Jenny since I was 2.
Yeah, like I was gonna say like 2 or 3.
Yeah, do I remember? Fuck no. I don't know where Catherine is because she has not responded to my questions. But I could tell you from an egotistical viewpoint, the reason why you're meeting your past life now is because most or a lot of the time, you incarnate with people that you incarnate with normally. So like Liv and I, we incarnate with each other a lot. The other people in my life, it's called something like a soul family. That's what people refer to it as. You incarnate with similar souls, but you take different, like, what's the
Roles?
word? Yeah, you take different roles. Sorry, because Catherine responded. She said, you told me, but I suspected it anyways. I don't know what that means. But yeah. It's a male in current time. Okay, thank you. Dude, I don't know. I'm very confused. I don't know what's happening. I think it's you're confused and I'm feeling it. They're telling me that you met them again because you have similar trauma. Because the second I saw these 2 cards that I pulled out for you, they're soul cards, they told me why I'm in a relationship with Jared because we both have similar trauma from past lives. So the one day I like saw Jared's past life, it's weird. It was really weird. And my spirit guides were like, that's why you're in a relationship with him because it's very similar to like your past life. And I was like, cool. Karmic relationships, fun. But it's healing for you to be with people that go through things that are similar. So, yeah. And if they're saying male at current time, babies. Did you see them as a woman in your past life? And you were the man? Because I still feel like the roles were flipped. Like you were a dude and they were a lady. But if I'm wrong, sorry. This is interesting. This is weird. Yeah, I need to change this thumbnail. Ugh. I'm looking at YouTube right now. And they're right after my video, there's a video that talks about thumbnails that says text on thumbnails, and I was always wondering that because people, it seems like, are taking their text off of their thumbnails, and I don't know if I should have text on my thumbnails. It's the things that I think about that seem absolutely like not important that I obsess about. You're welcome.
I get it.
Dude, that looks like a lady popped into my head. So you're saying that I'm right? I'm waiting for Catherine to maybe respond, but I don't know if she will. But thanks for the super chat. That is what I see. If it's wrong, then I can't answer your question because I'm not seeing it. But yeah. This is Anthony's baby, who's a redhead. My mom wants me to have a redhead, but I don't think it's gonna happen because Jared has very dark hair.
That's funny.
Yeah,
because Jenny, she had blonde hair, now she has brown hair. I had blonde hair, now I have brown hair.
Well,
And
that's
no
just
one has
how
red
blonde
hair.
hair works. If you have
Yeah.
naturally blonde hair, most likely you will end up with dark hair when you get older. It's just how it works.
But how
But
do you
red is
explain
very
this?
different.
How do you explain this?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You both had to have had recessive genes.
I'm just gonna say. I got the recessive genes.
Hi, Sherry. Okay, this is the last one I'm gonna take, and then we're gonna sign off, my dude. Sherry says, will I be moving this year out of state or in the same state? I'm gonna pull a card for you because that seems like very specific information. They say that doesn't matter. Sorry, that's why I keep pulling cards, because I'm like, what does that mean? They're telling me that you're going to chase the opportunity wherever it goes. So they're like, why does it matter where it takes you? Because they make me feel like you would be fine with it either way, if it took you out of state or if it didn't take you out of state. So, well, darn. Yeah, I know.
Same.
Because I'm like, okay, answer please. They just give me the same thing. They're like, you have the opportunity that you want. It's a very positive thing that's going to happen to you, but you're like, well, I want to know more of the details. And they're like, that doesn't necessarily matter because you're going to follow it regardless. So worrying about it now is not really going to be a helpful thing. Oh, Catherine says, sorry, there's a delay in my responses. They have feminine energy, but I'm female. They are making the connection is really overwhelming. That's why I need clarity. Yeah, I feel like they were a woman and you were a man in your past life. And you were a man in the past life. Sorry, I'm like, here's you two, here's them, and I'm like doing this because dyslexia is a thing. So I'm like, who's who? You all look very similar and you all have similar energy, and it's really hard to keep you guys straight. Because
Spider-Man pointing at each other.
Yeah, they're like, we're all the same, and I'm like, I hate you. They make me feel like you kind of switched roles, and it's not like I'm the boyfriend and you're the girlfriend type of role. It's kind of like mentally, in the sense of it almost feels like one of you, because again, I'm like very confused as to which one of souls is which. I feel like the male soul, which would be you in the past life, was very worried about things, and the female soul in the past life was the calm that allowed things to be okay, but now it's like in a different version of that. Whereas the masculine presence in this life is more of that calm presence, whereas the female presence, which is you, female presence is no, change that. Sorry. The male presence now is the calm one, and you're more nervous. I don't remember. I think I switched those. Dyslexia. They make me feel like. Hold on. I need to see it physically. So, masculine energy from the past was nervous, which was you. Or I'm flip-flopping this, and you are nervous now. But they make me feel like one of you had a lot of, like, wish-washy energy, and the other one was the stability. So, that energy switched when you were in this life. And I don't know how that makes sense to you, which is why I'm, like, very confused and telling you, like, things that are wrong. It's very much that energy you have. It's someone was nervous, someone is more solid. So that's why you're together, because dealing with that makes it easier. But now things are switched this way. So one of you's nervous, one of you's more solid, and you're living life kind of in a separate, opposite manner. So I don't know if that helps you, but it confuses me, if you couldn't tell. Past life things are very dyslexic, not savvy. I hope you guys enjoyed the stream. We're gonna go. We'll see you next week. Hold on. Let me look at what we're doing next week. Next week is March 16th. And we're going to be streaming at 6 p.m.
Yay.
And Olivia has readings. So, we'll see you guys then. And eventually our videos will go live. And you guys have a great day. Hold on, let me find my stream window.
By this time next week, I should be streaming completely or earlier.
I'm gonna hold you to it.
I just need
Can I
to
get
know
that
I'm
one in
gonna
writing?
Actually, tell me.
Get that one in writing.
Hey, dummy, stream.
Okay, bye.
Bye.